Hey, welcome everyone to the McKinnon Mitchell after party and some
Artie.
going on there, making all okay, we're good. Anyways, with us so far, of course, is the guest of honor. McKinnon is with us. My producer extraordinaire, Mr. Mike Salmon, is also with us. Our cartoon avatar friend here, Mr. Nadimos, is with us. We have Creaky Blinder's fucking script writer. Paul
Something.
And the brother from the other, Mr. Canadian Hollyman, is also with us. The host has unmuted my mic. Wait, my mic muted?
We have like a horrible hiss. I can't figure out where it's coming from.
Okay, it's not me.
There, it just went away.
Oh, it was me?
I don't know. It's like a background fan or something.
Oh, it's my PC. Hold on.
It's that fucking cartoons problem. Damn it, Nadimos.
It's all the extra processing it has to do to animate him live.
Yeah. Anyway, once again, thank you, McKinnon, for being the guest tonight. I had a great time chatting with you, and I appreciate you coming on and sharing your story with us.
No problem.
I mean, as short as it was, I still think, as we were saying before we were going live, every story, it doesn't matter how short or long it is, I think they're all important, and I think they need to be told and need to be heard by people that might be on the fence or questioning or having doubts, stuff like that. So that's why I continue to do these, because I also do the after parties like this so people can get, meet and get involved with some of the other members of our community. Even though it seems half the time our community is fucking fighting with each other. But for the most part, I think we're all pretty damn cool people. So we're talking a little bit about, as we always do on the show, somehow Star Wars makes its way into the show. So I think I'm going to do a little quick round the horn of all the Star Wars stuff, like we'll say visual stuff, like the shows and the movies. What would your favorite be, McKinnon?
Huh?
I mean, I've actually kind of been a bit oversaturated and disillusioned by Star Wars recently. But of all the things that Star Wars has produced, definitely The Mandalorian is pretty much all I care about now. The visually, the story, just the character development there. And even though it's in a world that we already pretty much know, they're still doing such an extraordinary job of world building and actually setting up stakes and consequences. So yeah, I'm fully in on The Mandalorian.
Right on, Mikey.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess that's our answer. Nidamos, what about you?
The fan better, by the way.
Yeah, it's a little lower.
Cool. Yeah. For me, it's Mandalorian number 1, Book of Boba Fett number 2, and then the original.
Trilogy.
Yeah.
Air says Jar Jar. No,
I've not seen enough Star Wars.
And now you're not allowed to come on my show.
Oh,
Jar
shit.
Jar Jar's not that bad.
Can we talk about Darth Jar Jar? Who's the
the whole. Well, we can actually. We'll talk about that. But Paul, what's of all the stuff? What's your favorite?
So I do dig the Mandalorian and Boba Fett, but for me, like as far as just like a purely visual thing, which is what you had said, the Star Destroyers, the just the old school Star Destroyers, man, just that fucking slice of pizza, that just. I mean, not because it's Pete's and I'm a fat guy, but I mean, just the fact that, you know, it is what it is. It's so iconic. And it, you know, when you see one, you know what it's from.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And just
That
the power
opening
that,
scene in A New Hope.
fuck yeah, with the
Fucking
Tantine.
thing coming right
Yeah.
up. Oh man.
To me, that's just,
I got goosebumps.
I love the Star Wars Star Destroyers. It's just Empire all the way. Sorry.
Well, and how they filmed it was just astonishing, especially from back then, the limitations they had, and to still establish that shadow in, you know, in space and the scale of it at the same time. Like it's outstanding.
Dude, anybody that's got Disney Plus, you can, I mean, obviously if you're watching The Mandalorian, you have Disney Plus, but they have a bunch of the old documentaries that when they really went crazy with the documentaries back when the prequel trilogy came out, that's all available on Disney Plus right now.
Mhm.
And they go deep into how they made that first trilogy. So cool.
Yeah.
There is a good Star Wars documentary that you guys should watch. Of course, I'm the one talking about documentaries, but there is one called "I Am Your Father" about David Prowse. It is a must.
I haven't seen that. Seen that.
It'll actually disillusion you a little bit from Lucasfilm and, you know, Disney and Star Wars. I mean, but it's so important to watch. It's truly astonishing. It's heartbreaking, but it's. If anybody's a fan of Star Wars and Darth Vader particularly, you have to watch that documentary.
Did they make that before or after he passed away?
It was just before, and I'm so glad they got it just before, because there's a scene that they don't really actually let you see for lawsuit reasons. But again, I don't want to spoil it, but you guys got to watch it. It's extraordinary.
Is that on the Plus?
I doubt it's on Plus. Yeah, I saw it on Netflix. I don't think Disney or Lucasfilm would ever allow it to be known.
What's it called?
I Am Your Father.
That makes sense.
Stags, get in here. Sorry. One of my regulars is in the chat. So,
Yep.
all right. Ollie, what about you, brother?
If I was to pick a favorite Star Wars thing,
Yeah.
cinematic type of, like Empire in its
It could be the Ewoks cartoon, for fuck's sakes, or the holiday special for all I care.
I'm trying to answer, and you just ran right over the top of me, buddy.
I do that all the time.
Empire in its entirety, the entire way that shaped the way that story was going. Just for me, that's my favorite Star Wars. Empire. I'd like to give a little honorable mention to E.T. and E.T. recognizing Yoda when they're doing the Halloween scene.
Well, they paid that back in the second sets of movies when they had the Senate.
And the prequels.
Yep. They had the Senate.
they
They had the E.T.
These
race
little
there.
ET
Yes.
guys in there.
Yeah.
And in the pre-canon lore, like in the books, that's one of the might be the only race where the entire race is force sensitive.
The ETs?
Yeah.
Get out of here. Do they even?
Yeah.
What species are they? Do we know?
I don't know the name of it. I couldn't tell you, but
I'm
yeah.
sure it's in a data book somewhere.
It's someplace, but I just remember having a conversation with people and I was told that. So how accurate that is, I'll leave that to you to decide. But that's what I heard, was that might be the only race that they're all force sensitive.
Well, what you mentioned about how
They're the finger
Empire,
ends.
like the direction it took those films, another reason to watch that documentary, I Am Your Father, about David Prowse. Very important detail. It caused him a lot of problems. But yeah, it's really interesting.
I know a lot of the background lore is kind of wishy-washy, because I remember when the prequels were first coming out, one of my friends was incredibly excited to get to see Darth Maul chop down Mace Windu on the floor of the Jedi Council. He was certain that was going to happen. Because apparently that happened in the books or something like that.
I don't remember that.
I don't know. I don't know.
But I didn't read
had
too many
one
of that.
friend who was always on about that, and when it never happened, he's like,
Well, the expanded universe was so huge. There's so much shit that Disney just fucking. I mean,
Is anybody here? Oh, sorry. Is anybody here aware of what the very first Star Wars novel outside of the movies was?
I think I know.
If I'm remembering correctly, it was Wrath of Khan.
No. No. Mikey, put yourself in the back room. You don't deserve to be here right now.
Oh, and he's gone. Oh shit.
What's your guess, Neil?
Hang on.
Oh, you're looking it up. Are you looking it up?
He's
I'm
cheating.
making sure that I have the right.
Well, just tell us what you think.
I did my time in the box. I'll do it again.
Okay, that's what I thought it was. Splinter of the Mind's Eye.
Splinter of a Mind's Eye, exactly.
Splinter of the
And
Mind's
in
Eye.
that book, Luke and Leia
Terrible.
pretty much have a start a relationship,
Yeah.
right?
So
Yep.
before it was
Oh,
established,
it's
that their
kinda
brother and
weird.
sister-
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
My brain wants to jump about 8 different ways with that, but I'm just gonna shut the fuck up.
I bring this
it's a
up all
good
the
book though,
time. But
overall.
there's some people in here that I haven't said this to before. So my favorite thing to point out about the inconsistencies in the Star Wars story is that Obi-Wan Kenobi looks right at R2-D2 and says, "I don't ever remember owning a droid."
He never owned R2,
I mean,
They were friends.
Yes.
so
He didn't
Wasn't
own
a
him. They
lie.
were friends. That's
it
what.
wasn't a lie. That's all. I'm saying.
That's my excuse.
What he said was
Now,
true.
guys, from another point of view.
Yeah, from a different point of view.
Different point of view, yeah.
wasn't he property of the Naboo
Yep.
royalty?
Yeah,
Exactly.
it was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh,
And for some
Padme.
reason, he got to tag along with Anakin everywhere he went.
Well, because
Yeah,
he was
I
a
have no idea.
badass. Come on.
So
Yeah,
No,
that
he
book
was-
came out in 1986, by the way. So you figure they would have known by then.
86?
Yep.
That can't be right. Then, huh?
No, that's not right.
Yep.
It was earlier than that because it did come out before Empire.
It
know what?
came out. It was a Del Rey.
You're not
Oh,
looking at
sorry.
the second printing.
You're right. That's the reprint edition.
Ah.
Yeah,
was
it's
86.
78, isn't it?
Because Empire was 81, wasn't it?
80 or 81, yeah.
Yeah.
And then 84,
For Return.
All right. So yeah, it was 78, the first one.
78, yeah. I bet you I have that book here someplace and could find it within 2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah, me too. But it's in a box somewhere.
It's right there
Yeah.
on that shelf, on one of those shelves. All my Star Wars books are over there on those shelves.
We gonna make him do it?
Star Wars books. Before Disney took over and got rid of all those awesome books, what was your favorite book or series of books in the Star Wars universe?
I only ever read Splinter.
No way.
Yeah.
Okay. Strongly recommend X-Wing. Well, the 9-book X-Wing
Ooh.
series.
I'd like an X-Wing. I'd like to have one of those.
It's what should have happened at the end of Return of the Jedi.
I thought you were going to say in the year 2000 we were supposed to have flying cars. I was
No.
thinking I was going to get an X-Wing.
No,
Like,
you're thinking Battlestar Galactica and flying motorcycles.
I figured I'd have a cool ass car. I wouldn't have like no bum ass car like a Honda Civic that flies. I wanted like an X-Wing looking ass car.
Yep.
That shit did not happen.
Yep.
I never
want
Life
that
is
shit.
disappointing.
Yeah.
Life
So,
is
yeah.
disappointing.
You can thank the Star Wars Episode 1 for giving E.T. a race name. The
Yeah.
Asojans.
The Asojans, is that what it is? Okay.
Yeah, Asojans.
I'll never remember that.
No.
wait, hold on a
Just-
second.
Just gonna be ET.
A long time ago,
Oh, here we
in
go.
a galaxy far, far away, how did ET get to Earth?
They had a long time to travel here because that was
I
a long
guess
time
so,
ago.
yeah. No wonder he
Magic
can't
finger.
fucking phone home. The speed of light's got
you-
to.
Had the
You got time
folding drive.
dilation and
Yeah.
shit fucking with you.
Diggs,
Oh.
you are aware that Sasquatch is actually Chewbacca, right? Because Han and Chewie crashed here eons ago, and he's still alive out there in the wilderness.
Right,
Running
for
around.
hundreds and hundreds
So-
of years. Yeah,
There you go. They're the Asojans. Right
Chewie's
there.
the oldest character, right? Older than Yoda, right?
No, Yoda was still older.
I
Right?
think Chewie's supposed to canon like 500 or 600, and Yoda was like 800 or something when he died.
He
he? I
was
thought
over
Yoda was
800
like-
when he died.
Was he?
900 years.
Oh,
But 900 years. You
I think I had it.
Good. You will not.
That's
For
it.
some reason, I was thinking it was more like 300 or 400. But yeah, I thought Chewie was like 700 years old or something like that.
I think they
I
reference
think they
that in the
made the
Solo
Wookiees
movie.
300 or 400 years. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah,
I think they do
That's right.
reference it in the Solo movie.
I like that movie. Unpopular
I
opinion.
did too.
but I dug the
Oh,
fuck
you know,
out
it
of
was
that.
it was one of the best of the new Disney movies. Honestly.
Yeah,
What's a year?
Solo and the Rogue Squadron.
Rogue One.
Is that-
Rogue One.
Rogue One.
yeah.
Is that
Those
like-
were the two best of the new Star Wars movies.
What if Kashyyyk revolves its star really fast? So he's 700 years old, but he's actually only like 30 Earth years.
But yeah, that's a good point.
Hey, Stags,
See what I'm doing here? I am stretching that out for you, buddy.
So Stags, I don't want
I don't know
to
what that
add I don't want to put another push pin in your cork board here, but what do you mean Earth years?
Well,
Earth
the
is never
years
in
that-
Star Wars.
No, but the Earth is the planet that we're on right now, Mikey. And the years that we measure are measured
Is that the one?
by how long it takes Earth to revolve around the
Debatable,
sun. That's
really.
what I mean by Earth years.
Right, but how do you know that the years they said are Earth years? Boom.
What?
Boom.
What he's trying to point
I
out is
didn't.
that
I said,
it's-
what are years? I said,
Yeah.
what if Kashyyyk revolves its sun faster? So, like, you know what I mean? What's a year on Tatooine? What's a year on Coruscant?
I mean, it's not necessarily that they measure theirs in 365 days, right?
Right.
That's the point.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
They're all like 7 minutes old.
Yeah. That whole galaxy, actually, that was all a microscopic galaxy, and the whole entire saga happened in the blink of a human eye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone farted so hard that they made a little black hole in their butt, and it made a little pocket universe, and that's where the whole Star Wars
it was on a
trilogy was filmed.
Wednesday morning after a Taco Tuesday.
Yep.
The scroll comes up and says, starts talking
You mean the
about tacos.
bog roll?
Yeah.
Roll, see? It's all coming together.
Hey, I gotta take off so I can go get my kid from work, but that'll only take me like 20 minutes just so I can come back if you guys want. If not, just tell me to fuck off. That's fine.
Jump on back in.
Right on. I'll be back.
All right.
I'll get the welcome back Cotter music prepared.
Welcome back.
Hey, Carter.
Up your nose with a rubber hose and twice as far with a chocolate bar. Yeah.
Red hot rockets in your pockets.
What?
So
Where?
pick a category.
Why?
Characters, weapons and vehicles, history,
So we do the whole
geography,
Star Wars thing
droids,
here?
or wild
Yeah, like
card.
what is?
I mean, it is May 4th tomorrow, and I'm not live tomorrow, so this kind of makes sense. It's a
Oh,
little preemptive thing for the May the 4th.
I did want to say
Fucking
something to
dug.
McKinnon
I
though.
dug that Naboo like modded version that the Mandalorian got in both.
Oh, hell yes.
I didn't think I was gonna like it at first.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
like, I don't want him flying that shit. When they rolled it out there and it had like a fucking, it sounded like a Dodge Charger or something. Like,
Yeah.
all it just rolled out. I was like, I don't give a shit. It doesn't make no sense, but I love it. I want it.
Yeah.
big
It's like
love that.
Chevy. It's got a
That's
big
their
Coming out with
version
the
of
Lego
a
version.
classic car. It's, you know, pre-war. Yeah.
You know, and I spent all that money on buying the Lego Razor Crest ship. It's one of the first.
I still miss the
newer Lego
Razor
sets.
Crest though because it looks like the Serenity ship. You know, Firefly.
Yeah. But
It's
and
my
then they
favorite
killed
show
it.
of all time.
And I'm like, fuck, they just destroyed my ship.
Yeah.
I think it was a very clever piece of writing right there when he goes to
Oh,
get the
marketing.
same. Thanks, Ali. I wasn't going that direction. I'm saying like where he tried to get the same ship again. I'm like, that is exactly what I would do. Like if I if I had I had this great car, it was my favorite car ever. If somebody smashed into it, I'm like, searching same car, make and model. I'll go up a year, but I would go back to exactly the same thing. He didn't go for nothing like crazy. He went for the same thing
going
he
on?
was used to. The reliable choice.
Yeah.
Very bounty
That
hunter.
was the Razor Crest. And that thing took some damage too. Like it flew to that one ice planet with all the spiders and everything, and had the
Yep.
window was smashed. That thing still flew after that whole thing. Like the Razor Crest is awesome.
And then where's he gonna get this little knob to steal? No knobs back in the fucking droid pod.
What?
But we can all agree that Luke is the worst teacher in the world, right? Like,
Oh,
he can't keep a student straight on this path to save his life, literally.
Yeah. All of the students left him or turned on him.
I can't
Yeah.
comment on that.
Who's worse?
There
Who
was
would be
just a
worse?
few errors in that particular scene with Grogu. Like only a Sith deals in absolutes, or
Right.
choose one or the other.
Yeah.
I'm
Weird.
sorry, they
yeah.
fucked that up.
They did. They fucked that up. They fucked that up.
Come
And
on,
from,
man.
I forgot.
from a storytelling perspective, the entire thing was pointless. And the
Yoda
entire
fucked it
Boba
up
Fett
a long time
story was
ago.
pointless.
Do or do not. There is no try.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yoda's a Sith.
And it was Obi-Wan that said only Sith steal than absolutes. It's not.
He's the Sith.
It's just that's just something Obi-Wan once said to Anakin. It doesn't mean it's codified into law or anything like that.
Okay.
No, I don't know, Stag. Come on, man.
You absolutely cannot have attachment as a Jedi.
Is anybody
Don't
like,
tell me what I
maybe
can and
it's just
can't
me,
do.
But like
All
over
of
the
them.
years, I've just been disillusioned by the
Hey, John.
Jedi because of
Hey
all
there.
the movies.
Mhm.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
they kind of ran shit like a bunch of dicks, you know. And they
Yeah.
had really weird rules and everything. And
I like
was
that,
so
though.
excited.
They were a really weird cult. Yeah.
I like
Yeah,
that part of the
exactly.
story because it gets us to see that they're just a group of people trying to do their best in whatever way they think is best. And sometimes they screw up and they have a lot of weird ideas that aren't necessarily
That's
practical.
loud, Jonathan.
Well, I was excited about The Last Jedi because I know it's a really controversial movie, but all the typical reasons that people hated it, I actually liked it, but I hated everything else. I was excited for the idea that Luke, over these years, had gotten older, and he's like, look, the Jedi were kind of stupid. Like, we screwed a bunch of shit up. And the Sith are on the complete opposite end of that spectrum. You know, there has to be, as they always keep saying, a balance. You have to balance life and everything and all these different mentalities. I thought that's where it was going. Didn't really go that route.
Right.
But, you know, I was excited, and then I kind of got let down with The Last Jedi.
Remember in Star Wars where the Force Ghost Yoda summons a huge lightning bolt? Like, how powerful are those Force Ghosts?
Yeah.
Some of them are very
Yeah.
Oh my
powerful.
god.
Dude.
Yeah.
It seems more impressive than anything I've seen with other Force abilities.
Well, the magic system got softer and softer as the movies went on.
Oh yeah,
Jonathan.
Disney fucked up so many things.
Yes.
Don't go there.
Check StreamYard. I don't think it's using your mic.
I just swapped over.
Sounds okay.
Yeah,
Well, I
Mike,
think
yeah,
just
I
whatever
literally
he was
just
doing
swapped
was
over to my
real
Yeah, it
actual
was, like,
Yeti
super loud.
the second you said something.
Yeah, it sounds fine now, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just when you were opening that bottle, it was so close to your mic, it was really loud.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Actually, no. Before then, it was
Hi,
using the
Tom.
other mic, which it wasn't anywhere
Was it?
near it. So
Okay.
settings were just shit.
Windows 11.
Yeah, no, like you could pick apart so many of those the Disney movies for so much bad stuff.
Mm.
Okay, Millennium Falcon uses light speed to jump inside of a shield for a planet. Sorry, the whole reason why ships can't take off from light speed is because they have to get out of the gravity wells of those planets, or else they're yanked out of light speed. So there's no way you can get that close to the planet. Using a ship going at light speed as a torpedo. Okay, combat is now different across the universe.
Right.
We have all kinds of robotic light speed ships, and that's all they do is jump into light speed at their targets and absolutely destroy them.
But their light-based weapons don't travel at light speed. Their lasers don't travel at light speed.
That's a different thing. You can argue that they're like plasma weapons, really, and they're called like whatever. But
Fair enough.
so, but anyway, no, the things like that they did pissed me off so much. And honestly, the last movie just absolutely was like, what did
We give up.
Yeah. You know what? Here's my
I
take
watched
on
a
the
couple of
last movie.
documentaries.
Might give up.
Like they had one director for the first movie. They went to a different director for the second movie, and he basically took the plans that the first director had and said, "I'm putting them in the garbage masher." And then they brought back the original director, and he said, "Well,
Put everything
all
in
of
the
my
garbage
plans are
masher
out the
then."
fucking window. What do you want me to do to try and save this shit?" You know, so he just jumped in whatever way he thought was right, and he was wrong. So
I still stand by The Force Awakens. Like I know that it has some flaws.
it
But
could have went someplace.
It could have. It was a solid movie.
foundation. This was like when I saw the Force Awakens, I'm like, this is a love letter to the original fans, sure, and also setting up a new foundation to go other places for the new generation. I felt like it was a good bridge between the two, trilogies and everything. It just
I felt like
I
they needed
really
a little bit more explanation to
appreciated-
see how they got there, but yeah.
I really appreciated the direction that The Last Jedi was headed in. I really liked that movie. It's one of my favorite of all 9 of them. But then the episode 9 just here's what I have to say about episode 9. I really like the part where the space ninjas cut the spaceships in half with the laser swords. When the space wizard does his electricity, it shocks all of the spaceships. That's cool to see. Those are my opinions of episode 9.
I do
That's
like that
it. That's
sound
it.
from that moment, like that nice bass that happens before that. That was about the only thing I like from it. But that sound, is it like it's charging up? That
None
like,
of the movie didn't make any sense. None of it made any sense at all. Yeah.
Can I say hi to McKinnon? Because
no,
I really liked your documentary. I really did. It was long, but there was a lot of information in there, and it was a really deep dive. And I felt like I came away from understanding more about the inner workings of that individual. So thank you for that.
very much appreciated. Thank you.
What the hell
How's
you
it
been
going,
doing with
Bree?
yourself, Bree?
What do you mean?
Well, just what have you been up to? You haven't been in here for.
We've been having some family stuff going on with stuff with the kids and whatnot, medical stuff, and it's been
shit. Everything okay?
The last few months have been. We thought we were coming down from the medical stuff, which we had going on last fall. We thought over winter we were lucky enough that things kind of got better, but now we're kind of back in the thick of it again. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, for sure. Got any interesting new bugs?
I was going to say, you got a ton of aquariums back there.
Yeah, I have my giant water bug right here, which is yeah. I have a video of me holding it, but I'm not going to get it out now. When they're on land, you can grab them. But when they're in the water, don't even try. They are very aggressive. I got something I can get out and play with for you guys probably. Hold on.
I found a giant water bug somebody thought it was a cockroach walking around in the grass in a park that was nowhere near any water. And I'm like, I don't think that's a cockroach. And I picked it up and flipped it over, and sure as shit, it had the big ass proboscis. And I'm like, that's a water bug. I don't know what the hell it's doing here. And we were close to where there was like a little lake, but they had this little walk-through little gardeny thing with a tiny little church. And so I went over there and I threw the thing in the little pond that they have there. It's more like a little mini lake, but more so than a pond. But they can fly, right? Like they're beetles, so they can fly. So it must have misfired.
Giant water bugs are they're actually true bugs. They're not beetles at all.
Well, I mean, they have the wings under,
Oh yeah, they're definitely winged insects. Hymenoptera. Beetles are Coloptera. They're allied. They are closely related. But yeah, I wanted to show you this guy, and maybe it'll behave and not fly away. Oh. Maybe it won't. As soon as I get on the big screen. Where'd you go? Oh, come here. They're pretty feisty right now. Maybe it's not the best time to get the butterfly out. I had it up there for a second. They're at the end of their life cycle. They're adults, so they want to breed and mate. So they're really, really feisty tonight. That's
why it was giving me the look.
I just gave them some bananas, so they're all sugared up too.
Don't you be looking at me don't you be giving me that compound eye from across the room.
I thought for sure Mikey was going to make a joke about not giving him the banana, but maybe Mikey's into that. All right,
that was too on the proboscis.
We all already knew that Neil's sexiness transcended species.
You had me at proboscis.
Now I can definitely.
What? Kyle, you want to see my proboscis?
A Mike Mantis. Because
all for it, Neil.
That's just the staple of being on a stream with Brainbog is the Mike Mantis. So
Proboscis are fine. I just refuse to trust anything that has an ovipositor.
Ooh, what? That's all insects, though.
Yep.
Ooh,
but let's be specific as to why I discriminate against insects. It's the ovipositor.
You know,
that's reasonable.
that's where the like the stingers and hymenopterans and like wasps and ants and bees, that's where their stinger is just a hyper developed ovipositor, because those casts don't need to be laying eggs because they're not queens, and queens are the only ones that breed. So their ovipositor turned into a nice little stinger, nice venomous stinger. And more basal lineages of hymenopterans like spider wasps, they actually still use their ovipositor to lay eggs too. So that's they sting and it poisons the prey, and they lay their eggs on it, and it paralyzes them so that they can the babies can eat them when they mature. They do that to cockroaches and spiders. It's crazy.
No.
You're a saint now, Nidamos. What's
You're
this
like
meaning? No
old
spiders.
sun.
Spiders kick ass. What are you talking about?
Well, if you don't
I-
like spiders, a spider wasp is your best friend, though, right?
I used to hate spiders before I discovered Brainbug's channel.
I love spiders.
Me
I love
You've-
wasps too, though.
You have gotten me to the point where I would be terrified to see a spider. And the other day, I actually held a jumping spider.
They are so cute, though, aren't they? I mean, maybe you
They
don't think
are.
they're cute yet, but
No,
But
they're growing on me. This is a great thing because I was literally terrified of them.
you know, the only reason I went with mantises instead of jumping spiders to be on my microphone is because they show up better on the camera, and they sit more still, whereas jumping spiders want to run all around and be playful.
Puck's comment.
Yeah,
I did that.
That's how
That
I
was
roll.
me.
So
Oh.
I think Bree's plan is to use her channel as an ovipositor for like anti-spider phobias. It's like you don't come in for the anti-spider phobia, but by the time you're done, you're picking up that spider.
Yeah. There's things they'll tell you not to pick up too, though. So keep that in mind. Don't pick up a centipede. I repeat,
Pick it up,
do not
put it in
pick
your
up a
mouth.
centipede.
That's
Neil
what I
Neil
thought.
can back me up. Neil's been in the invertebrate hobby before.
Yep.
Dabbled in it, so you know all about the centipedes and how to not touch them.
Well, yeah. You can touch them, but don't be surprised if they get a set of pincers in you,
Yeah.
and they can do it like lightning quick too.
Mhm.
Oof.
You ever seen one raise up? They raise up like a cobra.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
put their legs out, and yeah, that's when you know not to mess with them when they're in a mood. And you gotta.
They
wait.
want a hug.
That's
I just
right,
think-
Mikey. You go in there for that hug.
Here, hug my finger, little guy. Oh, you're a rough one.
What I think is the coolest thing about the giant centipedes
Echo.
is they are literally everywhere across the tropical
Equatorial
belt.
area. Yeah.
They're all the different species are like
You got
there's a-
McKinnon looking around like there might be one right behind me.
Get off me, fucking multi-legged little bastard!
And now I'm always jealous of people who live in the tropics because they're like, oh my God, I found this giant centipede in my garage or whatever. It's like, oh my gosh, I wish I'd find a giant centipede in my garage. I have to pay like $25 to have one shipped to me.
It's still pretty cheap though.
Yeah. Well, it was from Ken the Bug Guy, but I guess he's out of business now. So I'm going to have to find a new,
Oh,
new
really?
resource. Yeah.
Oh shit!
I know.
didn't
Yeah.
know
He
that.
was
You need a
for a
new
long
bug
time.
guy.
Bug guy.
Yeah.
No, he said bug guy, not bud guy. Ollie.
Yeah,
So
there's probably
guy?
a Ken
What?
the Bug
Huh?
Guy
What?
too.
Why are you echoing, Neil?
what are you talking about? I'm not echoing.
I don't hear an echo.
Echo,
I do.
echo, echo, echo.
He being fun.
I'm not echoing.
No, I hear it too.
I'm going to send Puck some pictures of my ovipositor in their DMs. So, you just wait. Puck.
Shit. I want to show off what I just picked up recently.
Oh, there is an echo.
I
Yeah.
did hear that time. I grabbed one of these, and I thought I was going to get the one that they promised. By the way, folks, almost never buy anything off of the Facebook fucking things that you see fly by. Because
Star Wars.
I have been let down so many times.
He
But,
doesn't learn. It's fun though.
But I finally found the real one. Hang on, give me one quick second here. I'm going to reach right over here and get the one that I thought I was going to get the real one. And And I ordered it, and I'm like, oh, that looks really cool. And I wanted to get it. Oh, look, he's just putting everyone up in the frame. And then they sent me this one. This one here.
Ooh.
So it says, oh, it's got real pieces of the stuff inside. No, it fucking doesn't. They're painted on the back, you pieces of shit.
Yeah.
Real pictures of them.
But I did find, and it's much nicer, the
Are
actual
any of
one
them real?
right here. And
Nice.
this one actually does have the little pieces, of course, without the radioactive ones.
Oh, I was just gonna ask. You got
no
some uranium in
fun.
there?
Yeah, they just have the little
Radioactive
radiation
symbols.
sizes. There's like 30 different odd radioactive elements.
Some of
So-
those you can get though. I know.
Yeah, we'll
Ben-
have to get Neil like
them
an
are
old
lower.
watch from the 70s that's glow in the dark.
Why does it glow?
What I like is right here, the gases, like the noble gases and stuff right here, are just little bubbly air pocket things inside there, which I keep going to push them like bubble wrap, but it's not working.
Get a hammer.
you
Wait,
you know what that
You
could just
tried
be?
more than once.
That could just be oxygen in every one of those, and you'll never know.
How much gold did they put in there?
Gold? Oh, it's tiny, dude. It's
Tiny
just
bit.
a little,
Probably just gold flake.
Like a flake? Is it red? It's so
Yeah,
thin
no.
that it's red.
no, hang on. It's just
It's number 80.
Have you tweeted about
no,
that
no.
yet? That's so cool.
you know what? It kind of is a little red. It's
Yeah.
just it looks like a little cutout piece of gold leaf is what it looks
Yeah.
like.
You can stretch gold so thin that you can see through it, and then it starts to look red.
Yeah.
Sounds,
Yeah.
That's
sounds
really
like
cool. I
it's
didn't know
sounds
that.
like it's oxidizing.
Is gold the most
Mm.
malleable metal?
It's one of, I think it may
One.
be the most malleable, but it's not oxidizing. Gold doesn't oxidize in normal conditions.
Yes, it is non-oxidizing.
Because copper is the most ductile, right?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Copper is the most conductive too.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I thought gold was the most conductive.
Nope, it's copper.
Is mercury a metal?
Yes.
Because it
Yeah.
would be it's fluid as a metal, so it's even more malleable than gold.
Technically, anything heavier than oxygen is a metal, right?
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
I mean, in the chemistry,
Well, there are classes of metals too,
right? Mm-hmm.
Sure.
So, and they're all heavier than oxygen.
Mhm.
So,
Aren't some elements just straight up radioactive? Like,
oh yeah,
A lot of
Yeah.
them.
Potassium,
Hold that back
uranium,
up there and show them
plutonium.
how many of those are radioactive, Neil.
so
Everyone
you're
has
just
the
gonna
little
lick it
radioactive
until
symbol.
you
So the whole
grow
it's
an
tough
extra
to see
arm.
them. It's tough to see them there.
the whole bottom part of the main chart, and then most of the lower synthetic elements or whatever.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
Is that what
Pretty
you
cool
call
stuff,
that
though.
section down there? Synthetic? Is that right? Or is that
Said-
different?
No,
Ad-
idea.
it's accurate.
The separate one. Yeah, these are the ones that. Well, no, some of them are found in nature, but most of these bottom ones are synthetics and stuff that we created.
Neat.
But it's very, very cool. And
When was the
with
last time we added something to the periodic table? How long has it been?
it,
Couple of years.
Too long.
yeah,
few
yeah,
years.
quite a few years. I also got these things here. The little elements cards, so you can actually pull the cards out and learn about them, stuff like that.
But it's not that long ago because Tom Lehrer's song is missing like 10 or 20 elements, I think. The element song.
What?
There's antimony, arsenic, aluminum, selenium, and hydrogen, and oxygen, and nitrogen, and rhenium, and nickel, neodymium, neptunium, germanium, and iron, americium, ruthenium, uranium. You know that song?
I've heard it.
Yeah.
Heard that.
It's
sing it.
missing a few of the elements, but at the end of the song, he goes, "These are the only ones of which the news has come to Harvard, and there are maybe many others, but they haven't been discovered."
Yeah.
Yeah. I play that for my kids all the time.
Yeah.
Oh wow! the prospect of how many new elements that we could discover. Kind of sad that we've stagnated on those discoveries, but we're getting out there into the universe. Maybe we'll find some more stuff out there.
Most likely.
Yeah.
This one's the most abundant one in the universe. Right
Hydrogen,
Or
yeah.
it'll find us.
Bum, bum, bum.
Now, what's the most bondable element?
Carbon.
Carbon.
Carbon, yeah.
My
Yep,
ex-boyfriend.
He's hungry. That we know of.
Very funny, Jonathan. Very funny.
Okay, fine. Could be a girlfriend.
Oh, it's so nice to hang out with nerds who know stuff like that. We're like all like there was like 4 of us that shouted out carbon at the same time. It's great.
Yeah.
And fun fact, water is one of the most unusual materials in the universe, and by the way it acts.
Yeah. Like expanding when it freezes.
Mhm.
That's
Mhm.
not
Yeah.
normal.
Right.
Well, what's your favorite element?
I'm pretty
Mercury.
fond of oxygen
I like
myself.
gold and mercury.
I like the element of surprise.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
it. He's out of here.
Boo!
Welcome back, Paul.
Welcome back.
Now we're talking about elements because I was just showing off my new periodic table of elements. It has the little pieces of the stuff inside of it. It's pretty fun.
Everybody's yelling.
I like
Sorry.
Why are we
ammonium
yelling?
because you
Because
can
I
use
said
it to
something
make
that upset
crystal
you.
bombs
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
and turns
My-
things purple.
Mine's bismuth.
Bismuth.
The way it grows and stuff. It's all cool.
Oh, yeah.
It's really cool.
It also helps settle my belly.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think my favorite one is heart.
I have
What?
some loose mercury in a baggie. You want to see?
No.
Wind, fire, water, heart.
Heart. Yeah, I think heart was my
Did you
favorite
steal
element.
it from the dolphins?
This conversation has
Heart
steered
would-
significantly away from Star Wars, hasn't it?
Yeah. Well, I started
And
showing
only
off
recently.
My
my
bad.
new periodic table, so we started talking about elements.
I'm with you, Mikey.
cool.
Heart is the best power. I could
the-
like talk to the bees.
Element cards.
My favorite periodic element is beer.
I'll be right back.
So these are all mercury switches that I pulled out of old thermostats.
Oh,
They used to do heating and air conditioning. And the last time I tried to break one, or no, I wasn't trying to break one open to get the mercury out. I was trying to remove the switch from the thermostat and I broke the glass. And so I'm very paranoid. So I have it in like 5 baggies. I don't know what to do with it.
get rid of it.
Wait, how?
There's just there's a specific disposal
Yeah.
for that
Yeah.
stuff. I remember when
Google.
airbags first became a thing on cars, and all the mechanics were worried that they were using mercury switches instead of inertia switches for the the electronic impulse for the deployment of the airbag. And they're like, "Oh, we're going to be working on these cars, and I'm going to get hit with the airbag first of all, and I'm going to get mercury poisoning from these switches." And it's like, that's not how it works, buddy.
You're not going to get mercury poisoning from elemental mercury. Calm down.
Well, that's not what the inertia switch is on those anyways. So
Right.
now they just use the GPS.
Hold on, guys. Let me show you my catalytic
That-
converter collection for all the platinum, palladium, and rhodium that people have been stealing from my neighborhood.
That just happened.
Oh,
to my
wait.
buddy.
Crap.
Is that
Yeah.
liquid?
So fun. It's so
Right?
heavy. It's crazy. It's so much heavier than you think it will be.
Air. Oh yeah, gallium's pretty cool too because if
I have-
you hold it, it'll melt in your hand.
I have
Mhm.
some of that too. That stuff makes a mess though. Mercury
Yeah.
won't wet stuff, but it will break up into these microscopic particulates that you can see with a magnifying glass, which will make you scared if you spill it. If you think you got all your mercury cleaned up, get a magnifying glass out and you'll be like, oh God, I'm gonna die.
Shit's like mustard. Once you see it in one spot on your clothes, you know it's on like 5 or 6 other parts. You know,
But gallium will stick to everything.
Unobtainium.
Unobtainium. Hi, Stephanie.
Unobtainium or
That's what the Holy Spirit's made of.
vibranium.
Mason
Go for
jar of
some
mercury
vibranium.
for refining gold. Nice. Do you use the potato to get it back?
I really hope that unobtainium's not going to make an appearance in the new Avatar sequel, since Why am I forgetting his name?
All
Paul
right.
Paul
Paul
Rudd.
Reiser.
No, he's not. It's not Giovanni.
Paul
something.
Revere.
No.
Giovanni Ribisi.
Yeah.
That, yes, correct. He's apparently in the sequel, so I really hope he's still not looking for that fucking unobtainium. I really hope that does not make a reappearance in the sequel. It's supposed to be coming out this December.
I just didn't
Is
buy
Meg-
him as the evil corporate guy. I like every other movie he was in, he was like a heroin addict or something. You know what I mean? And it's like, you're not the corporate bad dude that I want you to be, unfortunately. I mean, he's a good actor.
Oh yeah, he's a
But-
great actor. That Sneaky Pete show he had for a while there was pretty good. If you haven't watched it,
I haven't seen that
Oh,
one.
he's so good. He's
Mhm.
so good.
He is a tremendous actor, but he's just
Tremendous.
very wrongly placed in that role.
Yeah.
Is
I
there
can't-
really any point in making a sequel to a movie that no one remembers the plot of?
I remember
The plot was White
loving
Knight.
Avatar when it
Wasn't
first
it?
came out, and then I rewatched it like a couple of years ago with my wife, and I was like, "Why the fuck did I love this movie?
Name
Like, I
one
was so
character.
bad."
the thing about the movie that bothers me the most is the people, the Na'vi, the blue
Yeah.
people. Everything else on the planet is hexapodal, but they are quadrupedal, and I hate it. I absolutely hate it. They should have either vestige hexapodal appendages, or they should actually have working hexapodal appendages to fit in with the rest of the ecology on the planet and the common descent that we're expected to be taking seriously from this ecology.
Suspension of
Yeah,
disbelief.
that was exactly what the
Yeah.
hexagonal issue was. Exactly what I was thinking of when I watched that movie.
What-
Like, I don't like
Also,
hexagons.
tail sex.
What you want to bet somebody in the Avatar universe is using that as evidence for intelligent design?
Oh man, there's some nutters out there. They call them 4 for 6, and that clan, man, they are wild.
Look, we're the only ones that do it with our tails. Okay.
Yeah,
Yo, the
that
fucking
was one thing. There was a
USB
deleted scene where they're mating, like the Na'vi mate with their little hair tail things, but then they put that on animals to control
Yeah.
them. Like the connection there. I'm like, what the fuck is happening with these animals?
What are you
It's-
doing to that horse?
It's cultural bestiality, man. Don't judge.
It's an exchange, you know.
Their planet.
It's a sexual parasitism,
When in Rome.
mutually beneficial.
Look, they're not telling us what to do with our ponytails. All right.
Avatar, the last animal bender.
Oh no. And if you had a USB ponytail that went into everything, you'd be plugging that shit in everything too.
Fuck yes, I would.
Yeah.
The reason we can't remember anything about that movie is the same reason you can't remember anything about the Transformers movies. There's just way too much going on for your brain to know what parts of it it's supposed to try to keep track of. There's just too much visual stimulus going on that your
How
brain
long is that?
it doesn't know which parts it's supposed to try to hold on to.
I thought that about the first half of Jurassic World, the first Jurassic World, where they're showing the park and stuff. It's like you're feeding us too much, and there's no character developing anywhere. It's just showing off the visuals for
Yeah.
most of the movie, and there's just tiny little slivers of a story.
I fucking hated the Transformers movies, and I was in 1984 when they came to the States. I think I was like 8 or 9, so I was huge into Transformers. They were my
I had
shit.
them all, man.
And
Beast
the
Wars,
movies
man.
were just so bad. I'm like, I can't even okay, that's Optimus Prime. Sure, you got fucking Weller, whatever his name is, doing the voice, but it don't look like him.
Right.
It's too much. Like you're saying, it's just so much fucking visual input. It's like, no.
Yeah.
Now that Bumblebee movie was pretty legit though.
I liked Bumblebee.
I dug that because they
Should I
did
watch
Bumblebee
that?
right. Yeah.
I haven't watched it
Bumblebee's
yet.
good.
I might though, if you recommend it. 'Cause
I like it,
sounds
yeah.
you had
It's probably the
negative
best
complaints
of all
about
of
the
them.
other ones that I did. So
Even
how did-
Starscream. Well, I don't think it was actually Starscream in that one, was it? It was someone else that just looked like him that they renamed something else. They the Transformers looked right-ish.
But they were much closer.
Yeah, it was a lot better, a lot closer to the cartoon and the comic and everything.
Yeah,
It's
they
like
didn't
they
have to go
actually
crazy
was
with
a
all
poodle.
these spinning, moving parts and stuff. Like
Right.
the toys very simply transform. You can just copy that,
They weren't
and
that
it will
simple
work
all the time.
very well. Like,
I'd have been happy as fuck. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, make it look cooler, dark, whatever. But like, you don't need all. There's too much to look at. I couldn't even tell what I was looking at half the time.
Yep.
Who's your favorite Transformer?
Who?
Anyone?
I've always been a Soundwave fan.
Soundwave? All right.
I had the Megatron tank figure that was like pretty big and would transform into the big tall guy with the thing on his shoulder, and I liked that.
I had the original the original Megatron that turned into the Walther pistol, and I was at my neighbor's house and we were playing Transformers, and I started running around with the pistol. I threw it up in the air for some reason. It came down and fucking shattered into like a million pieces, and I was just, it's like, well, that thing's gone.
Man.
And now you can't. It's super hard to find those because it's a pistol.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a bug?
There it is. Yeah. Some butterfly.
I need glasses really bad.
It's a moth.
It's a moth.
It's a butterfly. It's a painted lady butterfly. I raised them from caterpillars. A couple of weeks as a caterpillar, and then a couple of weeks as an adult is about their limit on their lifespan. But they're really good for teaching kids and stuff about life cycles of different organisms.
That's
But, yeah,
kind of
these are-
dope that you just like busted that out of nowhere.
Yeah. Well, it had calmed down. I tried to get it out earlier, and it went fluttering off over here, and it had been sitting there for a while, and I thought it was calm enough to pick it up now, and lo and behold, it was. And it's too big for this mantis to eat too, so I'm not worried about
Mantises are
that.
cool as shit. I've spent far too much time on YouTube looking at channels like Ants Canada and these people
Ants
that-
Canada.
Yeah,
I love Ants Canada.
and like the people that have there's one guy in the UK, and he's got he has a shop and it's all fucking spiders, and it just I
Is
can't
it
remember
Dark
what.
Den?
Is
Yeah,
that
that's it.
Dark Den.
Yeah.
He's actually in. It's not the UK. It's is it? Fuck, is he Croatia?
Yeah, he's
He
somewhere in
sounds like
Europe.
he's from
But
the UK. Okay, that's my bad then.
there are some bug channels from the UK too. My channel started off like that. I was talking about my bugs and stuff, and I got into skepticism, and here I am today.
Sweet. I think I'm
But-
probably the only one here that doesn't have a channel, right?
Mm,
I don't.
Yeah, but you work for Creaky. So
this is your channel, Mikey.
Nope.
He said nope.
Nope.
well,
Maybe you
Ben,
are.
No liability for
I'm
this.
trying to do something weekly on mine.
Even if you don't give Mikey full credit for any of the channels, if you add all the parts together, he's got like 3 still.
That's almost a full channel, right?
full plausible deniability for all things that I'm associated with. 1 foot in, 1 foot out.
Mikey's got some sort of master plan going on that's going to involve all these channels someday.
I'm going to make my one last channel, and then I'll form the head. And I'll make my own network, and then I'll have like the Voltron arm, leg, chest.
Nice
I'd
Voltron
totally
reference.
pop in for some kind of marathon to support
Can-
some kind of cause or whatever.
Can I be the right arm?
Blurry.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard the
I wanna
song
be the
All
older
Form the
positive.
Head by MC Frontalot? Remember Nerdcore rap like 15 years ago?
I remember MC Chris.
MC Chris? Okay, so he spawned this whole
Yeah.
genre. There's one called MC Frontalot. He's probably my favorite. And he's got a song called All Form the Head. It's really awesome.
MC Front a lot. I might have to
Yeah.
check that out.
Yeah.
McKinnon, can you see the chat at all?
No.
If you look up there, you'll see the chat. I'll
On the
just post
right.
You
it
got a
when I-
fan out there.
I highly recommend you get together with the Skeptic too. By the way,
Yeah, Skeptic
Oh,
has some
Professor
great
Flynn.
content.
Was he in the
Professor
chat?
Flynn's out there as well. Yeah.
Yeah, Professor Flynn. Yeah,
Oh, wait.
I have been not paying attention to the chat. I feel like a dickhead now.
Everybody in our community is really digging your documentary, McKinnon. So
Yeah.
everybody, I've heard nothing but good things about it and positive feedback from the work you put into it. I keep like worshiping you about it or whatever, but it was just really well done.
I was on board from the first episode, man. I think I watched the premiere or whatever. It was. I think AJ Atheist Jr. is the one that pointed me towards it.
Me too.
I was like, "This is dope as fuck. I love this."
Yeah, first
And,
episode went horribly. Like, horribly.
That's
And I
what
was like,
going-
no, fuck it. I'm making it a documentary, a whole film. That way I can take those first 2 episodes, improve them with the edits, and never look back on that ever again.
Yeah, I watched the full thing. Was what I watched. So.
You guys are all doing like weekly stuff. And I'm like, shit. I'm like, my next video is not going to be for another 3 or 4 months, maybe. Like,
Man,
don't
when I
have,
do
like,
something weekly, it's off the cuff and
Oh, I'm horrible
freeballing.
off the cuff.
I just wing it. So don't don't think this is some like elaborate production over here.
Wally.
I do
Me.
it weekly.
I just
but,
go live.
and
Yeah,
me-
no, the
oh, it
next
does.
video has like filming locations. We had to get permission for certain spots and
Oh,
everything. And
Jesus.
like,
Damn.
the restaurant is like, well, we need waivers for people's protection. I'm like, fine, we'll get you those documents of everything. So like, there's like a genuine production like on the videos I do, but at the same time, I'm like, everyone's waiting on things. You guys, your audiences don't have to fucking wait. And I'm like, I'm over here. I'm like, I need to do something. I need to do something in between. Like, I don't know what the hell to do.
I know that you and I had talked about this before on Twitter, but dude, you really need to shop that thing around to Hulu, Netflix, and you and I had briefly spoken about that. But this needs to be. I mean, YouTube's great, but I personally believe that it needs to be on a bigger platform so more people can get eyes on it because it's
Peacock,
great.
maybe?
Yeah, something, man. We had talked about it, but I mean,
Yeah, there's a platform called Film Hub, which I'm already
Yeah.
working on. There's one clip, if I'm going to make that work, I have to take out, and I'm just going to have to get purchase some Adobe stock footage of Illinois or something like that, because it was like a few seconds, but I used it from somebody else's video, which I can get away with on YouTube. But if I'm going to put it on another platform, it has to be all completely sourced. So
We
I
can't
live,
have
in,
to-
I live in Illinois. Do you want me to go record something?
there you go.
I mean, I might talk to you later. I mean,
Yeah.
that'd be great. That
And
would
we
be
get in,
fantastic.
I have some free time. If you need me to drive half an hour and then get the building and the sun, I'm like, and can I go home now? All right, cool. It's email, dude. Later.
Well, I can
Buy him a
I can
Chicago
actually-
dog for his trouble.
Have you ever used drone footage?
No.
No? Okay. All right. I mean, it's not hard. I can send you the drone and a check, and then we can go from
I got
there.
one here somewhere.
Shit, I
Well,
love how
Neil,
this is coming together.
Well, Neil, fly it over here and get the footage for him. Why?
There you go.
Fly it over here, Neil.
Oh dang! I need to get a drone then because I live right next to a gorge that is just beautiful.
I had to for work because I work in marketing, and a lot of TV commercials I actually made. We had to use some drone footage for a few of them, on at least one agricultural company I was helping out. But I just don't want to travel to Illinois.
I live next to Detroit.
I know.
Nobody wants to drone film that.
How much does a good drone cost now?
A good one, like the one that I have, is $350.
Yeah, I was going to say 3 to
That's
5.
not
reasonable.
bad. That's
Don't-
not bad at all.
Don't
No.
buy a $100 or a
No.
$40
No.
one. There's no stabilization.
No.
The wind will carry it away. You don't get it to
Yeah.
look you through your phone. None of that shit. Don't buy.
Oh,
a
and
quadcopter,
especially in
buy
the
a
gorge, the
proper-
wind gets ridiculous sometimes.
Buy a proper drone that
Updrafts
can,
and shit,
that can
yeah.
really do it.
You know what some of my
The one I
favorite drone
got-
footage is?
It's just under 200.
The overflies on disc golf holes. It's great. Watching the drone footage and seeing people tee off and
How do
throw
you-
that disc at the basket.
Always fucking bring shit
You
back
got a
to
gift.
fucking
You got a fucking gift.
disc golf.
You got a fucking gift.
Neil,
I got like a
the thing you have to
$60.
understand is if he couldn't find a way to bring it in organically, he was just going to bring it in anyway.
I bought
Talking
like
about Star Wars and everything. So disc golf. Here we go.
I bought like a $60 quadcopter, and that thing is like it's cool if there's absolutely no wind. I can fly it for about 10 minutes before the battery dies. It does have a camera on it, but it just records to an SD card, and the camera has a microphone on it.
Oh, that's bad.
That's
Yeah.
really bad. It's so bad.
Well, it's useless.
It's
all this
yeah, it is insane. You can only it's just like just
hear the
bad
blades.
noise. Yeah.
Hear the motor going. I got
It's
one of those.
fun to fly
super
around.
cool-
If I had like a big giant indoor gymnasium to fly it in, it would be even better.
Well, they have
Have
those
you ever
seen that
races.
Drone racing? Yeah. It's
Fuck.
wicked, that drone racing.
Things are
it's
going
fun
like
as fuck.
50 miles an hour. It's insane.
Yeah.
If there's even the slightest breeze, it gets carried away. One of the first times I flew it, it got carried away and it ran out of remote range. And all it does then is just keeps reading the input that you gave it last. So it just kept flying away. I couldn't turn it around. And it went into this like 50-foot pine tree that was in the church across from the street from my house. And there was no way I was going to get it down. But luckily, like a couple days later, the wind blew really hard and blew it back down, and I got it back.
Came out of the devil tree.
Yeah. But it's garbage. Don't buy a cheap one. Buy a nice one that
Yeah,
really does what you want it to do.
So somebody put a link to one. in the private chat there.
That was me.
And that was you? Oh, great. Because I went and checked it out, and it says currently unavailable.
That's because you live in Canada.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean?
Speaking of living in Canada, I have a beef at the moment.
Uh-oh.
Give us
I haven't.
I'm scared.
I'm in
Is it
Detroit.
Alberta beef?
But that you're
I
not.
don't know. It's a general Canada. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I didn't mean to.
That is your beef that you yourself personally are not living in Canada right at the moment.
Windsor's
It sounds
just
like your beef
south
is
of
that you
me,
live in Detroit.
So yeah, that's a beef. But I haven't been able to get fucking Labatt beer in Detroit in like 2 fucking weeks. So I'm drinking this Steel Reserve bullshit instead of my Labatt Max Ice.
You.
This 7-Eleven
11.
that's like a quarter mile from my house hasn't had any Labatt at all in like 2 weeks, dude. It's
Paul, who the fuck, who the hell pulled the wool over your eyes with Labatt?
I don't know.
So okay, so my old man lived in Oshawa for like 2.5, 3 years. So I got to drinking the Labatt when I was up there. It was either that or Molson, and the Labatt is way more available here in Detroit than Molson is.
They're both garbage. But anyway,
The Max Ice is like 8% alcohol by volume, dude. I fucking eat a Flexer, I'll whack down 3 of those, and I'm good for the night. You know what I mean?
Isn't that what that Steel Reserve is?
No, it's like
My,
oh shit, it's 8.1. You're right, my bad.
My
It tastes like
Is
fucking
Moosehead's-
horse piss. It's awful. The Max
I
Ice
don't know.
tastes
I've
great.
never
It's
had
the
horse
distinction that makes me worried.
I'm gonna shut up now.
Malt liquor tastes like horse piss. I don't give a fuck what any. You
How
say
do
whatever
you
you
know?
want.
Why say horse? How do you know horse? Why
It's
horse?
just it's the vibe, dude. Have you ever drank an OE? Have you ever drank a warm OE?
Old
Tell me that
English.
doesn't-
Oh
Old
my
English?
god.
No,
Tell
the
me that
reason he
doesn't
knows
taste like
about
horse piss.
The reason
don't
he
know
knows
what-
it tastes like horse piss is
no.
because he was trying out the ponytail thing from Avatar.
So
USB
apparently
dongle.
If you tasted it, you'd know it tastes like horse piss. You don't have to taste horse piss to know that OE tastes like horse piss. That's how you know what horse piss tastes like. Is because you drink OE.
Generalization. Oh, Mickey's.
And I would
Old
drink 2 of
English-
them a night, dude.
Old English
Mickey's.
800 Ice or the Mickey's. Oh fuck! I remember being in high school. Wait, no, I didn't say that out loud. My kid's behind me, so
I don't know
can't
what the
say
High
that shit.
gravity.
I don't know what the statute of limitations on underage drinking is, but I think we're all good.
I know I am.
Alex.
Darkest Army.
I drank underage, so
Oh, I don't think
Yep.
anyone in here is young enough that maybe Bree. I'm not sure, but I like when someone like Ben is around and I can say, "Last time I had a beer, you weren't even old enough to drink."
Are you kidding? I'll be 40 in 2 years.
No
No
shit.
way.
No
Yeah.
way.
You
You're
do
the same
not
age
look
as me.
40.
I thought you were
Holy
in your
Christ.
20s.
No.
Yeah. Wow.
You're the
okay.
same age as me. I'm 38.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, hey, hell of a
You can't
compliment.
see it under my eyes. Look,
I
I got
didn't-
good makeup on because I'm in the office this week. But
I didn't mean to
Yeah,
put you
look,
on
look,
blast. Sorry.
So-
the weeks where I'm not in the office, you'll be able to tell.
Wait, am I the youngest here?
I was gonna say
You might
you
be.
and I might be the baby in this like this situation here. How old are you?
Nidamos? I'm 36.
Oh no, I'm the youngest. I'm the fucking youngest, I think.
There you
I
go.
think you are, McKinnon.
I'm
I'm like-
44.
16.
Lies.
Wow.
I already lied and said I was 10, and I'm sticking to it.
I mean, mentally, I'm like 8.
I'm just
So-
a baby. It's fine.
Yeah.
Neil, you're going to want to see what I just dropped in the chat.
I kind of like this one. If you ever find yourself drinking actual horse piss, you say, "Ew, this tastes like worm OE."
Fair.
Without the satisfaction.
I don't see anything in the chat from you.
The cool
Probably-
thing about
do
OE
like-
is
yeah.
once you get about a third of the way into the bottle, it doesn't taste like horse piss anymore. It just
Because
tastes
you don't
like,
give a fuck, yeah. Dude,
yeah.
the Colt 45 used to have the 64-ounce bottles, and it's that coal filtered shit. And you get down to the last like inch and a quarter, and it was like dark and gritty, but you really didn't care because you're already fucking hammered. Yeah, 16 was a
Yeah.
great age.
Colt
Colt 45
zigzag,
works every time.
Baby, that's all
Bro.
we need.
So bad.
Have you guys seen those commercials with Billy D. Williams from back?
I
in the day?
remember those. Yeah.
Oh,
Why do
I
you
don't
think
think
I
I did.
drank it? I'm like, if Lando Calrissian tells me to
Yeah,
drink this,
dude.
I'm fucking drinking it. Okay. Get me a cape and a curl. I'll be straight.
Hey, why did
Volt
Lando
45,
Calrissian end up
47
wearing
times.
Han's clothes at the end?
Huh?
They
I
suck
don't know.
together.
That's weird.
Because
Yeah.
you're right. In Return of the Jedi, when he was captaining the Millennium Falcon on the assault, he definitely was wearing the white shirt with the black vest and shit, wasn't he?
That
Do
must
you
be the
think Han
uniform.
had a
Uniform.
spare change of clothes and like his clothes were gunky, so he went to the little room and just
The
grabbed
hold?
them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Oh.
a good. You know what? I like that. That's canon.
Yeah,
Costume
let's go with
design
that.
ran out of budget.
I'm
By the way,
thinking-
Stephanie, I just wanted to give you a little kudos for the unobtainium comment.
No, I knew it would spark off a whole.
Totally did too.
I'm
That's a fictitious element, by the way, guys. It's usually something that scientists will say. I'm making something, but I don't have all the elements I need. I need some of that unobtainium, right? Because it's scratch proof. It's bulletproof. It's miracle.
I mean, that was like one of the
If-
first
if
things
it's
that took me
right
out of
in-
that movie.
I'll tell you something. Johnson rods are made of unobtainium.
Rods are made of unobtainium.
Yeah.
Apparently, so is phone glass. It's unobtainium too. So.
You're not supposed to crack your phone glass, man.
I know.
Neil,
A
you take a
material
look at that thing?
cannot be accessed. Huh? What?
You take a look at that thing.
What thing?
It's in
Oh,
the private chat.
The
It's a link to a
sorry.
bunch of Star Wars drones.
Wait, what? Fuck.
And I don't know
Damn,
what made
Ollie.
me
Get out.
think
Get
just
out.
from earlier, but
Oh,
gold is actually
shit.
incredibly ductile too. I think gold is way more ductile than copper. You can stretch
Ductile?
gold.
I don't know about
Way
more,
out.
but
gold
I know
is
they're
malleable.
pretty malleable. Yeah,
Malleable means you can form it and mold it, and ductile means you can stretch, it out. Right?
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. It probably is then.
Yeah,
But,
you can get
Neil-
it real thin.
Apparently, it's a series of drones of different types of little flying craft from Star Wars, and
Yep.
you can input them in battle mode and play against each other.
Is there
That
a
is
Star
cool.
Destroyer? Because if not, then I don't care.
We got
There's
an
a TIE fighter.
X-wing, and we got the Darth Vader TIE fighter.
Everyone's
TIE
got their
Bear.
everyone's got their like X-wings and TIE fighters, and here you got this fucking dumpster-sized fucking drone, and it's a Star
Fuck yes.
Destroyer. It's
That's what I want.
like, no.
Blocks out the sun. It's just coming over the yard.
Bunch of Nerf guns on it, shooting darts and shit. Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's
Dropping
what I want.
water balloons on people.
I want one.
You got to be an actual pilot.
I wanted to take 4 people to pilot it because Yeah.
Everyone's got their stations.
Yep.
It's got little mini drones that can fly out of it.
Dude, that'd be fucking sweet. Come
Regular
on.
sized drones.
Yeah, little TIE fighters
You
coming out.
got
and
like
shit.
50 kids, like 30 of them have little TIE fighter drones, and you got the rest of them controlling guns on the Star Destroyer and the Star Destroyer itself.
I
That'd be
love
great.
it.
Yeah.
That would
This
be
needs to
awesome.
be made reality.
Wouldn't it be easier to do in a video game?
Yeah, that was one of
Sounds
my
an
first-
awful lot like this game I've been playing, except you don't have spaceships, you have ships. And it does take 4 of you to man it.
Wow, look at that.
Which game?
Sea of Thieves.
Oh shit! I tried that, and I got fucking motion sickness so bad.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought that game looked really cool when I first. I don't get to play a whole lot of games lately, but I did think when I saw that, I was like, that looks really interesting.
I had a really fun stream of it last night, and I made a bunch of new friends. And so now I have more people to play with. It's cool.
That's really cool.
I know the game that I'm most excited like is Fallout 4 used to be my favorite game. I know like Fallout New Vegas is better like story wise, but I'd still like Fallout 4. But the Outer Worlds is now like my favorite game. Like I
played
fucking
that? I
love
played that.
game.
I played that a little bit, and then I got
played Outer Worlds.
distracted
I
by
forgot
No
about
Man's
that.
Sky.
I cannot wait because there's gonna be a second one coming out soon, I think. And oh my god, I love that game.
I had kind of like a reality shock. I downloaded Fallout New Vegas a while ago, and I went to start playing it, and I got to Good Springs, and I realized that I had the same problem as before. I cannot, for the life of me, not help those people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to help the people of Good Springs, no matter what.
I mean,
But I thought video
and-
games made people bad.
And then all of a sudden I remembered that I'd already played this game, and I'd already helped the people of good. And I'm like, I don't think I want to play this again. Like, I don't need to play this game again in my life. I've already done that a lot of times.
I would just love if they would give like a remastered version of New Vegas, like with Fallout 4 mechanics. That would be perfect. Perfect game. Because I love the consequences, that you have, like the decisions you have to make in New Vegas. Mm-hmm. Fallout 4 is very much like, oh, you don't want to go down the B route. You have A and B.
Ooh,
kind of
leg.
Shit,
leg,
froze
leg.
up on us. I like that aspect of New Vegas, though, where like you might play through it 3 times before you even knew there was a dog you could get.
Oh, yeah. I've been having stuff like that with Elden Ring, just discovering shit on that. I got it for myself as a graduation present. I thought I wouldn't get much out of it. I thought you'd get 10 hours tops.
Mm-hmm.
I got over 100 hours in that game now.
I was about to say, how was the first 100?
Just
I don't have a
amazing.
computer that can play
Fantastic.
that. I need a new computer.
Honestly, like, it's not super optimized for computer.
No,
I
you
got
don't
it for
understand.
computer,
I need a new computer.
but
I unplugged one of my USB cables the other day while the computer was on, and it forced itself into a shutdown and then wouldn't turn back on. It kept giving me this message that files had been corrupted and giving me overheat errors.
it was giving you a
all
safe
I did,
word. All
I did was unplug a USB cable. That's all I did. It just went nuts.
When the safe word is brought out, you
close
got to
to
stop,
dead.
man.
Ollie got like 5 or 6 like fucking potato chip clips holding his fucking CPU together. Bro, if you don't replace that thing, you've been talking about it and talking about it.
I basically unplugged everything, took it out in the other room, and cleaned every little bit of it that I could.
Yep, and do that one more time, and then go buy a new one.
I'm still hoping video cards are going to come down in price a bit more.
Yeah,
Video
don't worry.
cards have come
You're
down in price,
delusional.
Ollie. This
They
is probably
got-
as much as they're going to come down, to be honest.
Maybe.
Like, you can
it's
get
time.
one for a fairly reasonable price now. Get yourself a 1660 or something like that. Call it good.
Yeah,
Because right
I'll
now
have to
you're
talk-
just hurting yourself at this point, Ollie.
The struggle.
I know I
The
am.
GPU struggle.
Yeah.
Ollie, this
I
is
got to talk to somebody that knows something about computers and get some advice on what I need to
this
get.
is probably the lowest
Woot.
they're going to get.
Watch Woot.
Woot.
What happened to McKinnon?
He froze and never came back.
Oh shit!
I'll message him.
No,
Okay.
McKinnon, come back.
No, no.
Holy fuck, this wine is weak. What is this?
Arbor Mist.
Weak ass wine.
It's mommy's juice.
5.5% by volume.
Yo, shit is weak.
Thunderbird.
Trying to figure out how to see how much time I've spent playing each game on Xbox.
So I'm a huge Fallout fan. Going back, like I played the original Fallout 1, like in 2, and I actually liked Fallout Tactics. Like people hate that game, and I played the fuck out of all those.
What did you think about the character creation from Fallout 3?
I liked it. Like I said, I'm like old school, huge fan of the original. Over the shoulder,
Good night, guys.
isometric. You taking
Good
off?
night, Anonymous.
Yeah. See ya.
All right, later, bub. So it was a shock for me to go to a first person shooter type perspective, which I'm familiar with that gameplay, but it was.
I was just thinking, I don't need any special credentials to do bee removal on the side.
I don't think.
What?
There we go.
Yeah.
Is that a character option in Fallout 3? I'm
Damn.
not sure.
I already have
Well, I'm
a
just
hundred.
thinking the starting with the birth of your character, and that's how the way the storyline develops your character type of thing, right?
I enjoyed it. I really liked the Bethesda Fallouts. I do, except for 76 because fuck that game.
Oh yeah,
I
they ruined it.
I like character creation being an in-story thing. I love that kind of stuff. I love it when game mechanics have an in-story justification.
I agree, 100%.
Like in the Dark Souls series, with death being you coming back from death multiple times. That's part of the lore of the world. Like, that's cool. Do more of that.
I only played the first Dark Soul for about half an hour and then questioned like reality and why I was doing this to myself.
I tried to
I
play
had
Dark
similar
Souls
experiences with the Lord of the Rings
Dark
games.
Souls 2 on the Switch, and then I realized there was no way I was going to be good on that tiny ass screen.
You know what I've been doing since Dark Souls seems too hard for me? I've been throwing rocks at birds.
Rocks at birds.
And that's much less frustrating than trying to play.
Honestly, like, I ended up really enjoying the challenge.
Bastard.
I can't hit them, so it doesn't matter. I mean, when they're flying, throw rocks up there. The sandhill cranes way up in the sky. Throw rocks at them. Easier than Dark Souls.
Cranes are wonderful things. Don't do that to them.
I'd love to be able to
You
fucking
guys
nail
know
that
I'm
piece of
joking, right? I
shit.
was a vegetarian
Yeah, of course,
for 4
of course.
fucking years. Like,
No,
course I know
we're
you're
gonna
kidding.
cancel you, Stags.
I'm gonna bring a dead crane on here next time.
After his geese comments, I fear for the flying fowl in his area.
It is always
You will
justified to
fuck
kill
up a goose.
Dude, geese are mean, and what's funny is I don't know how many of y'all are in the States, but like they're protected as hell. I had a buddy that was a delivery driver for Frito-Lay, and he was coming back to the warehouse to resupply or whatever, and another driver was coming down this industrial fucking park street and swerved to hit a goose. And my buddy told the management, like, yeah, this guy just fucking killed a goose. They reported him and he got federal charges against him. I was like, holy, and geese
They're protected.
they're such assholes though.
The main thing to remember about a goose is it's all a bluff. They really cannot do any real damage to you.
Really? You haven't had much interaction with fucking Canadian geese then.
Oh, yeah.
AKA
It's a
Cobra
bluff.
chickens.
Oh, yeah.
Your
there's
leg
really
weighs
geese
more than the
around down
goose.
here.
Your leg weighs more than the goose. Kick it.
Don't
Yeah,
care.
but I don't have
Grab
a
it and
beak.
throw it.
Yeah.
Oh, see,
Don't care.
it makes me think you
Breathe.
haven't spent much time around other birds, because chickens will do the same thing.
Well, roosters for sure.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
chickens aren't as aggressive as geese though. Typically.
Roosters will kick you though. Geese generally don't want to kick you. They'll beat you with their wings and peck it and bite at you, but they won't.
And
They
they
won't kick
hiss.
you like a chicken will and scratch you all
No.
up.
They'll fucking goose you. Is what they'll do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know what's surprisingly dangerous though? Deer.
Deer
Deer will
are
fuck you up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And moose are actually incredibly dangerous animals.
Oh, moose.
Oh, yeah.
A moose
Yeah.
might be
Moose
the
are
most
freaking
dangerous
monsters.
animal in North America.
Yeah, I would say
Moose,
so.
yeah.
They'll
I got
moose you.
stories.
Although I still wouldn't want to come up against a grizzly
Nope.
or
No.
a mountain lion. Thank you.
But
If
like,
a grizzly's
it's
attacking
older.
you, you're probably gonna die.
you're just fucked
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah.
But like the size of a moose is grossly underestimated by most people.
Oh,
Yeah, they don't. They think it's like a big deer. No,
I've
I
been
was driving up the
not far
mountain
from
a
a
couple
snoot
years
of
ago.
one.
Fuck
I-
that.
I
Not
was
far.
driving up the mountain a couple years ago to take my kids up to go look for Bigfoot.
Like
That's
up here.
something we kind of like to do. It's just fun.
You
We
don't
just go
have to
hiking in the
justify it to us.
fucking
We
woods,
get the
dude.
The whole show's about
He's like, it's just
Bigfoot.
something we do. I mean,
I've had people from the atheist community that we're all encountered with literally
it's all
make fun of me and my kids for this.
Have you seen my channel?
Peter DeTucker has literally publicly made fun of my children.
Peter
because
watches my Bigfoot videos, so don't even let him tell. He comes and watches. He was
He's a
just in
piece
there
of shit.
a couple
Peter's
nights
a piece
ago.
of shit. Sorry.
Look, I go to bars looking for a
Anyway,
date. I'm not allowed to
I
make fun of
thought
anybody.
I thought I saw a bear behind a tree. I'm like, ooh, is that a black bear? No, it turned out it was just the hind end of a small moose.
Dude, they're fucking huge.
You can't tell the difference between a bear and a moose's ass. I'm confused here.
Did I not just tell you that I did tell the difference that it was a moose?
Oh, okay.
When I saw it behind the tree, at first I thought it might have been a black bear. Then I realized it was a moose. Have you ever been in the woods?
Yes.
Okay. So you know how you can't always like see everything through the trees right away?
Yes.
So at first I thought the hind end of this furry black animal might have been a bear. And then I realized that it was a small moose. But hey, I'm gonna go now. I'll talk to you guys later.
Take care.
Okay.
Yes.
Bye, Stags.
Okay.
Hope I
What?
didn't
So-
call out because-
Has anybody ever encountered wild turkeys in the woods? Because they can be
Yes.
terrifying.
Yeah.
Gobble, gobble.
Let them
have.
fly over your head, like walking through the woods and just.
Dude,
Little dinosaurs.
I used to hunt deer because I'm in Michigan.
Mhm.
We used to hunt deer a lot, and I was friends with the family. They have like 80 acres out in the boonies, right? And we went out there. It's like a 3-hour drive from where I live, just outside of Detroit, to get to where we would hunt. And I went there with the youngest son of the family, his girlfriend, and a couple other friends from high school. And I was probably like 17. So we're driving, we get out, and of course, 17 years old. So we were, smoking and doing other stuff. I was tripping
Blacking.
balls, right? We get out to the property and it's probably like 11:30, 12 o'clock at night. It's really, really dark and it's very, very thick woods where they have this property set up. And they have a bunch of blinds set up. This was like, it was actually kind of illegal because now you can have tree blinds and ground blinds and stuff set up for deer hunting, but they had them there anyway because it was private property and they give a fuck. So we're like, let's go check out the blinds and make sure the bait piles are all set. And like, we're fucking stoned and, like, okay, cool. So there's a group of like 5 or 6 of us in the middle of the night with flashlights walking through these trails. They have like little reflective fucking pins set up on the trees to get to the blinds and stuff. And it's scary because it's the middle of the night. It's the middle of nowhere. You're hearing all this shit, and I'm from the city. So it's like, you're kind of, halfway to pissing your pants. Plus we were tripping. Now we have guns. And for some reason, 17, don't judge me. I had a fucking samurai sword with me.
Hell yeah.
So we're
So,
all 17 once.
bro,
Yeah.
we're walking through. We like half an hour, 45 minutes into like walking through and checking the blinds and the bait piles and stuff. And all of a sudden, there's like this huge fucking noise that scared the shit. I swear there was like an Apache helicopter descending down on top of us. It was just this fucking conflagration. We're like, Jesus Christ, we've got guns with a samurai sword. I'm gonna cut some bitch. There's fucking turkeys roosting up in the trees that we spooked, and they're making dude, it was the scariest thing. And then they're like coming at us, like gliding down at us in the middle of the night. Oh, that was not something you should do on acid. I'm just saying.
Having a new D&D encounter now.
Right,
Oh no.
You can't
Check the
even
trees.
bro.
Probably
Probably about the most scared I've ever been in my life. I think some pee came out.
probably attempting to
It
ride.
was a pigeon and 2
probably
squirrels.
would be a-
It was
Toad.
it was terrifying as fuck. So like ever since then, every time I see a like wild turkey, I'm like, get the fuck away from me.
I love
your
that
ass.
story. Awesome.
Horrifying.
Wow. Our guest has
Sorry, just
rejoined
sending
us.
someone.
Oh,
Welcome
welcome
back.
back, McKinnon.
Indeed.
Oh yes, hi.
Internet
We had an
foibles.
internet issue by the looks of it.
We weren't sure if you were returning, but we're glad to see you back.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Oh my god, welcome back.
You missed the moose conversation, I guess.
Well, no, I saw a bit of it, and then he was Stag or something just ducked out, and I was like, this conversation went weird places. Then he was like, all right, now I'm done, and just leave.
So
It went really weird, and I'm
That
out.
was the part of it, not being able to tell the difference between grizzly and a moose's ass.
I tried to
Little bit of
recover by
wood.
making myself look like an idiot. Did that work?
Well, I liked the turkey story a lot, so thank you for that. It was entertaining. So,
I had a
yeah,
similar
keep going
encounter
forward.
with a turkey. It was the same hunting situation, but the reason it terrified me is because when it reminded, like, I had like flashbacks because when I was a kid, and this is embarrassing to admit now, but I was petrified of E.T. from that cornfield scene. Whenever
Oh, hell yeah.
goes in the cornfield, all of a sudden he's like, "Brah!" That fucking noise he did.
Oh,
Nightmares
Yeah.
for over a year. So then when we were hunting, and then that we heard a wild turkey.
it was
And that
the
noise
ET.
brought back all that PTSD, and I was like, no.
They have similar necks.
Yeah, I was fucked that whole thing. I wanted to go home. I wasn't scared of the boars. I was scared of the damn turkeys. I was like, I wanted to go back.
We have
Boar will fuck
Shit.
you up, though.
Boars are nasty.
They
Yeah,
get
we have a
about
bad
about
problem
400
over-
pounds down there.
Yeah, like in North Texas, we have a big problem with boars.
I had a buddy
Oh,
from
and if they
Central
interbreed
Florida.
with domestic pigs, they will get huge.
Yeah.
we there was one morning we lived in like Dodge City at the time, and I went out in the morning on the porch, and this is a completely true story. Was having my tea, I was sitting there, and all of a sudden, just fucking Vietnam, like these helicopters fly over, right over my house. And it's like these rednecks with money had like these machine guns, like there was, I mean, it was AR-15s, but they were like all flying over, and all of a sudden look in the ridge, and this whole thing of boars hauling ass across the field. They're and I was like, what the fuck is happening? And I was just trying to enjoy my tea for the morning. And years later, I found out that there's this company that has this helicopter service. They do this, but it was just like one morning, just helicopter boars just shooting all of them because there was just there's too many
The
boars.
problem with that is they encourage their reproduction too, though. When they hunt them like that. Those companies will go out and feed them and make sure that they're got good numbers too. So
Which
it's
is fucked up. But like the wild pigs and boars interspecies breeding have become an invasive species in lots and lots of areas where they're doing like serious crop damage and stuff.
Yes, especially in this area.
so in the North America, it's feral hogs. They're all descendant from domestic stock. There's none of them have true wild boar heritage other than the domesticated from different European and Chinese stock.
Yeah,
but yeah, they go feral and then they go wild and they get huge. And
Bree, would you say that's a pork stock?
They get really big.
Yep.
Backstage. My uncle lives upstate New York, and he fancies himself a farmer. So he's got like geese and goats and sheep, and he had a horse and a fucking cow. But he had a pig that he named after his ex-wife Judy because he's a fucking dick. This fucker was like 600 pounds. That's a big goddamn pig. I remember he was upstate New York. I was spending it was like holidays or something, and I was staying at my grandparents with my family, and I was like, I'm gonna go spend the night with Uncle Dave. Sweet. Get up in the morning, go out to the chicken pen to grab eggs for breakfast or whatever, and I go in there and I'm like, oh, there's a dead chicken. It's a rooster, and it's like all fucking maggoty and fucked up. And I told my Uncle Dave, I'm like, hey, this is nasty. He's like, oh, check this out. He fucking just pitches it over the fucking wall to Judy's pen, and all you hear is crunch, crunch, crunch. They will eat anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like he tried to ride it once, and she fucking bucked him, and I was like, holy shit, he's gonna die because she's gonna fucking eat him. But like a 600-pound pig is something to behold. That's fucking huge.
Yep.
And they're tough too. You can't.
Yes!
They decide they wanted to take a bite out of you. You're not fighting them off.
No.
You do recall Deadwood, right? Do you ever see the series?
I love that show.
Oh my
Sergeant cocksucker.
Yeah, and there you go.
Yeah.
No, sorry. I've been twittering with this fucking idiot who now seems to think that amino acids. Get this, folks. Amino acids are the first proteins. You realize that amino acids are made up of other proteins, right? And amino acids are used to make other proteins as well. They weren't the first fucking protein.
I didn't realize that, but I'm not the dumbass who went out of my way to argue with you about it.
Well, the first proteins technically would be peptides, which were kind of enzymes. So he goes, oh, sorry, you failed again. The first protein, in brackets, amino acid. How did it arrive? Don't know. Can't explain. Let me know when you get there. Hint, you'll be the only one who knows when you find out. I'm like,
is this a Twitter DM fight or is this public?
Yeah, no, it's on Twitter public.
I agree.
It's going on right there.
Goodbye,
I missed that one. Oh God.
I'm gonna quote tweet this one.
Everybody's leaving.
Wow.
I took a shower today. I swear to God.
Bree just started.
Wait, what is today?
The third.
Tuesday,
Yes.
the third.
Yes, I did shower today.
Check your calendar.
I follow you. How am I not seeing this
13th.
fight?
Gotta save water.
Is it on one of your posts, Neil, or is it on someone else's?
I'm gonna post one right now.
you better post
There
it.
you go. I am right now. I just quote tweeted that one.
I love Twitter fights. I always pick up like Paulogias or Emmas and just like turn into a total dickhead.
I will be sometime this May. He hasn't gotten back to me yet. I'll be doing a project with Paul on his channel, actually. So.
Cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool. Are you going to come down here to do that? Because you said you were planning on taking a trip.
I am taking a trip, but that's in June. The end of
in
June. Yeah, to the Better conference that Oz and the Tang guys are putting on. And Paulogy is going to be there, actually, so I will see him.
Oh, that's the one in Fort Wayne, right?
Yes, that's correct.
That's a bit of a hike for you, eh?
All right, this guy, yeah.
Oh, here we
A
go.
bit of a hike for you, eh?
Michael
Neil?
Greener. He's fighting it. It's okay.
Yeah, he's reading. I do the same thing. I'll just literally just trail off in the middle of my sentence. My wife's like, "Hey, here." I'm like, "Oh,
No,
shit, my
it's
bad."
like fuck.
Y'all better than me. I don't do none of that shit no more.
Let's look at this guy's profile.
with you,
I'm
Mikey.
back. Banned regular guy.
That shit was stressing me the fuck out. I started smoking weed, started fucking watching movies and making out with my wife. Like, man, I ain't got time to be arguing with y'all on no goddamn. Keep your Twitter.
Exactly. I don't do that shit anymore. And there's like so many comments trying to start an argument like on my
Yeah,
videos and
man.
whatnot. Every time if it's a negative comment, they get one reply, and it's "Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe." And that is the. And if they keep doing it, if they keep going, I'm like, "Oh, well, your support means so much to me. Don't forget to subscribe." And they just keep playing this out until they finally get the pricks. They're like, "Oh shit, he's not going to do anything back."
I'm not
Like,
not playing no games with y'all.
Shit,
No,
McKinnon on a couple of your I don't remember if it was on your vids or on your announcements. There was that shredder guy.
Yeah, that guy was weird. Do you have a good relationship with your father? You hate your father, don't you? I'm like, fuck you. What the fuck?
Oh my god, did I get into some fucking battles with that idiot?
Yeah.
That was fun.
That was hilarious. I had to block the guy because he would not. I'm not against blocking people. Like, I actually fully support everybody. Because if there's some people who just won't fucking stop, like, you're done. Like, I'm not listening to this. You're clouding shit up. You're going. But yeah, that guy was fucking weird. They kept
He
asking
commented on every single one of your announcements, and I was like,
Yeah.
"Bro," he's like, "Oh, I don't care." I'm like, "Well, clearly you do."
That was the thing. He's like, it's not like I care. I'm like, but you're here 24/7. It seems
Yes.
like
And it wasn't just like one or two. He would go like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 deep, and it's like, bro, you're a fucking idiot.
The playoffs, NBA playoffs are going right now, and I'm never really around to watch the game, and my fucking NBA league pass is all screwy. So I usually just watch the highlights later. Every fucking channel that does highlights has started doing the splash page with someone doing this and the fucking score. So they post like the game, the after show interviews, and then their last post. What comes up first in the feed? The fucking score. Every fucking time. So I said something on there. I'm like, yo, can you guys please stop fucking spoiling the games? Like, I'm literally going to watch your video and you tell me the ending score. Like, you're killing me here. And this dude just starts tearing me up in the comments. There's like 8 comments about people talking shit. I'm like, what the fuck is this? It's like, the world doesn't revolve around you. I was like, well, then why are you talking to me? Why am I the main character right now? Then I don't know.
It's a nice looking system, by the way, there, Jonathan. Oh, and by the way, guys, I just made the last payment on my computer.
Oh, Neil, I just did mine this month too. Cheers, bud.
Cheers. Well, I got water because I can't drink. So.
Right. Well, I've drank enough wine for both of us tonight.
Now I feel like a dick for drinking beer on stream. I'm sorry.
I can't
Drink all
drink
you
because
want.
I take anticoagulants. So
Oh yeah, that'll give me a couple.
Smoke some pot.
Neil, that was staring me in the fucking face right now. And
I got your back, Paul. I got your back. Don't worry, homie.
Oh shit, Jim Beam is my man, dude. Oh fuck.
Oh,
okay.
the peachy with the
Jim
ginger
Beam.
beer.
So I don't think I've ever had the peach, but just Jim Beam in general. Fucking give me some bourbon. Oh fuck, it's so delicious.
Yeah. But
I
Neil,
think Gigi
Jim
Allen did a song
Beam
about
me
Jim
up.
Beam. Shit.
Neil, literally, I have been stuck eating ramen and stuff for the past 6 months.
I love ramen.
I love ramen too. Don't get me wrong,
So
but you know,
bad for
I
you.
was eating it for different
Don't care.
reasons than normal. So, like my whole little lamb chop and
Probably
potato
got- I
and
got
Prince
blood
Edward
clots.
medley dinner was celebrating being done with computer payments.
Yay! You paid it off early, then I see.
Oh, I like got a 6-month thing so I could get
You're right,
0%
Stephanie.
interest.
Yeah.
I saw your comment in the private chat. You were absolutely right. The guy is a fucking sewer.
Yeah, I was checking out your. That's a long, well, relatively long.
Yeah.
Well, the initial one it started with was about the resurrection shit, right?
Yeah.
And my comment was, I'm sorry, but once cell death occurs, you don't come back to life. I
Yeah.
don't give a fuck who you are.
I'm gonna
then
comment
his-
right now.
And
I'm
then he's all like, "Well, how do you know the cell maker didn't plan or didn't say or said it was okay or some stupid
If
fucking
you
shit."
if you look at the guy's feed, you will realize who you're arguing with is a pretty dangerous cat. Not a nice fellow at all.
Ollie, you're gonna buy this
Yo.
thing right, schma, dropping it in the private chat. That's my rig.
I just told him to shave his fucking beard.
Nice.
Oh, it's got 32 gigabyte.
Shave your fucking beard.
See the 512 solid state and then the 2 terabyte hard drive. That is a 3070 though. What he was looking at is a 3070 Ti. That would...
All right, so you guys
That's
sound like you
not
know
an
what
awful price, though.
Yeah, you guys sound like you know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
but
You
is
can
that
tell me-
is that price American or Canadian?
That's American.
American?
Yeah. So
Mitchell
the other
had a
one's in
question.
Canadian, isn't it?
So it's higher for you guys, yeah.
Yeah, you guys can tell me if I have a good setup. I just know that I got it because it seemed like what I needed. It's 64 gigabytes.
Very good.
Look at him. Look at him.
You got an i9, you got the RTX 3070 with an 8 gig. That's not bad.
It's I know it's a Dell Power Tower.
Ooh, we got the liquid cool.
Yeah.
The
What's
liquid.
your CPU? What's your graphics card? Like those are the questions,
He-
especially for a
he is-
content creator.
He is trolling you. He knows exactly what if he's got 64 gigs.
He's humble
Yeah.
bragging is what he's doing.
No,
That's
I'm looking.
exactly
I gotta
what
look
that is.
actually.
Okay, Mitchell, just tell us what you got, and we'll tell you. We'll suck your dick.
No, hang
Not-
on.
Present it.
I gotta
Present
look
it.
I'm looking up where I ordered it.
It's got the DDR4.
So if you want to
It's not bad.
look on your computer, you can pull up something called system information. Look at hardware. Look at components. I'm sorry.
See something.
I'm sorry. No, Windows 11 is fucking with me right now. Got everything wrong.
Is anybody else
Fuck
getting
you, Windows.
flashing
Still on
white
10.
things on their Windows 11 update?
Still on 10. Don't care.
Well,
There it is.
I'm going to create a virtual machine on 11 just so I can test it out and see if I hate it.
well, if you upgrade to it, so long as you change back in the first 2 weeks, you can change back.
Yeah.
Quote unquote upgrade. I'm not liking it at all.
I'm
really
scared.
not.
I'm scared.
That's what it was. That's what I got.
Okay, Dell Precision 270.
Open link in
64
new tab.
gigabyte, 500 gigabyte. The solid state drive is what you want.
Yep.
Okay.
SSD.
It doesn't look like NVIDIA NVS 310.
Yeah, and that's the reason I'm asking because I keep looking at that and they keep saying like Windows 11 doesn't work with that or some shit.
So yeah, that's an older.
That's like a $60 graphics card, man.
Yeah.
That's a shitty graphic.
Okay.
You're
I was wondering what the issue is.
you, especially being a content creator who's doing a lot of editing, you need a good graphics card. Otherwise, your rendering's going to take like 2 days as opposed
And you guys
to...
thought I was humble bragging. I was genuinely asking a question here. Like I don't know what the hell I have.
I'm sorry, when you said 64 gig, that 64 gigabytes is impressive. That's going to let
That's
you
what
do
I was like.
a
I was
lot.
like, that's a heavyweight move, man. Oh no, this is a pool shark. Nah,
Yeah,
you good?
you're-
It's your table. I know. Yeah,
Hey, guys.
it's your table, man.
Ollie,
Thanks for letting me look at those computers. I'm going to think about those, but It's right now. It's midnight
Ooh,
or
pick
after
me,
midnight.
pick
So
Yeah, don't make any computer decisions.
happy
after
May the
midnight,
4th
you'll
with
regret it.
you. Be with you.
Oh shit!
Oh, it
That's
all that
tomorrow,
jazz.
For
ain't it?
you, that's
That
right. That's
would
right.
be the
Well,
Word.
no, it is for me right now. It's after midnight.
We're
so.
doing.
May
Oh,
the
before
fourth
you
be
leave,
with you, Ollie.
before you leave, Ollie, tomorrow on Dig on America, we're having a May the 4th be with you show. We got some of our comic book nerd friends coming on, and the guy from our network is coming on too. So all we're doing the entire 2.5 hours is talking about Star Wars the entire time.
Yeah,
Link,
but you guys
please.
start at like 11:30, 12 o'clock my time, so it's hard
That's
for me
not
to
my
show up
problem.
for that show.
You shouldn't live out on a weird island out in the middle of the ocean. That's your fault. You
All
chose
right.
to live there. You receive your mail there. That's your problem.
Was he in Newfoundland?
Prince Edward Island.
Okay, that makes sense. Gotcha.
He's your neighbor. Really.
He's way out there on that little rock out there. No, man, that's
I
your
am
fault.
not.
Yeah.
And it's more of a sandbar. All right. Have a good night, guys.
But
We don't
you.
We don't have rocks.
Mitchell, the first thing I would recommend you do is find a graphics card that's within your budget. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I can get any graphics card. It's just, I just don't know what the shit it is. Like,
okay, so
I recommend you talk to Jonathan on this, like afterwards, like connect up and
Yeah.
talk about this.
Put your links in the chat, man.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Because I don't even know what the fuck. I have an Alienware laptop that I use. So
See, now that's a flex. Well, it would have been.
see,
10
I
years
would
ago.
not
10
get
years
Alienware now.
I
Their
like
customer
product.
service
I don't care.
seriously went downhill.
Well,
And
who
Paul?
owns
Paul?
Alienware now?
Hang on, Paul. Just a second. Right over here. I got one of these for you. Fuck you.
I got a whole bag of those. That's what this is.
Here's a whole bouquet.
That's it. So, who bought Alienware within the past 10 years? It was
Dell.
it was
Dell.
either Dell.
Dell.
Yeah. So you get the same shit for
Half the price.
legitimately less money.
Yeah.
Because like I'm an old school. Like I remember when I built my first computer. It was probably 1994, and I think it was a 386. Like a month later, the fucking Pentium ones came out, and I was like, "Oh my god, my computer sucks now." Yeah. And then after like 97, I went to console gaming, so I haven't fucked with computers until like the last year. And like the shit that they have now, I'm like, what the fuck? You know what I mean?
It's like playing two different, because I just went from Xbox One to the PC I have now. And I'm like, this isn't even the same fucking game.
No,
You
you're
fuckers have
absolutely
been
right.
Cheating. You guys have been fucking cheating. This game has been so hard to play and master, and you guys have it so easy over here.
I
You all
haven't
have
turned
been
my Xbox
cheating.
Series X on in like a month.
Mine's collecting a bit of dust.
I'm with you on that.
I was like, this is the smoothest, most beautiful shit. Y'all do this all the time?
And I play stupid shit like Rocket League, dude. It's
Oh,
it's
it's
the
go- but
difference
it's pretty.
is oh my god, it's so much smoother. And like that game where it's really technical and very, very, very precise for
Right.
what it is, it makes a huge difference. It really does.
Other folks are jumping into this argument now, and it's just cracking me up too. Because he was
Oh
talking
shit!
about
I gotta go
how-
back to Twitter now.
He's going on about how God did it all in chemicals. You can't. Life doesn't appear from chemicals. I go, that's exactly how life started. You fucking idiot. It's called abiogenesis. We don't know the exact mechanism, but we do have many hypotheses on the matter, and all of them could be possible, and none of them point to God. So,
Ooh.
Oh Christ!
you
I'm not, even,
knows with a rubber hose.
I'm not even on the right link. I'm
Oh
looking
my
at
God.
Telltale shit. Fuck.
Neil, see
There
if
we
you
go.
can find Neil, see if you can find that GIF. Put that in there. Put that in there. That's
Up your
perfect.
nose with a rubber hose. It's
Yeah.
out there somewhere. I'll guarantee you.
Yeah, drop that in there. That's a good spot.
That's a good
That makes
just
my
shared-
entire day. If I can put a properly placed GIF in like the first hour of my day, it's a good day all day.
Yeah,
I think I need to smoke a joint now.
that sounds nice.
So I've
Yeah.
actually got a whole folder on my desktop that's full of GIFs.
Yeah. You got to meet my friend Randolph. He has an entire fucking hard drive dedicated
I
gifs and memes and
I am-
shit.
He's
I
not
have a
longer
whole
embarrassed.
shit posting folder.
Yeah. Oh, we just lost
We lost-
Stephanie.
I'm killing the stream. Sorry, guys.
Dropping like flies.
No. Her internet does that.
Mhm.
She'll be right in the middle of a sentence and make a flip.
Consider all
How
this.
many
That's a new
fucking
person.
windows do I have open? MC front a lot.
A lot of new folks popped into this chat tonight. It's all your fault, McKinnon.
Oh.
I agree. So, McKinnon, you were in the Discord server with me and Nikki the other day, and I felt bad because you didn't get a chance to say shit.
Everyone always has a good conversation. I'm not the kind of guy that has to like force my way into it. Everyone was having a good conversation, so I was just listening.
It was pretty cool. If anybody follows Beat the Cult on Twitter, Nikki is fucking cool as shit.
Nikki's
Oh,
awesome. Yeah.
And I've been working on her to get her at least on here.
I'd
want her to
love
co-
to have Nikki
I've,
on. She's
I've
good
been
friends with
bugging
my
her
friend
for
Courtney.
months to come on here. And
Hey, dude.
Creaky's stream too. Because she's got such a unique voice in the atheist community. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Is a black woman who's also a lesbian, like you don't fucking see that voice too often, and there needs to be representation. You know what I mean? So I've been working on her. We'll see if we can get her in here. That'd be great.
Hey, tell her this. Tell her this. Tell her I said I'm playing the black card, and you know what that means.
Okay. I'll just tell her that Sylvester Stallone is in here, and she'll be like, "I'm there."
yeah,
yeah.
she was
Like-
saying that.
Just be like, man, the black producer over there was really excited to see if you would come on. You're gonna tell him she can't break my heart. She'll come on.
That was one thing that she was talking about that I thought was actually really important. It's why, again, I feel bad. Like I really feel like I've made this whole deconversion topic kind of boring on that one show.
No, don't even worry about it.
But
here we go.
my thing is that, like with the topic of atheism, like there's enough white guys doing it, and so like while I do the Ken Hovind thing and my first video was Life After God, a lot of the videos aren't going to really center around atheism all that much. I mean, there will be that lens there, but it's really just more about like just essentially people and the flaws that we have and trying to overcome certain things. So I think like I want her voice to be a bit, propped up a lot more than like me, like all of a sudden coming up on the spot and start doing this. My voice isn't needed here anymore. We got enough.
And she
of
has
people
a
out
hell
there.
of a voice. She has shit to say. She's a super fucking smart lady that people should be listening to. And I love Nikki. She's fucking great.
Yeah, I would really like to see something like really big happen with her.
I've been talking to
for
her
sure.
about starting her own YouTube channel. I was like, look, I will produce whatever you need. I will do whatever you need me to do to make this happen. And she's got a couple of hangups that she wants to take care of first. But I think that she could do really, really well on this platform.
I think so
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, and
I
that's
mean-
like with the collabs and everything that people do. Like, I don't want to show up on somebody else's channel and like just put my own voice out there, but I would like to have like support them in a way of like. And I'm not saying this is a good example, but like everyone kept saying that like they want to like a
My show's definitely not a good example. So.
they want not this. I mean like but the Kent Hovind thing. They like, well, we want a documentary. We want you to do a documentary like Tiger King now, and they call it Dino King. And I'm like, look, that could be in somebody else's hands, But if somebody like, for example, everyone's saying Atheist Junior should do it. If he came to me and said, hey, can you help me with this little editing, I'll help you support doing that, and I want to do that with a lot of other people, but I don't want to be in front of the camera. This is your thing. Your voice should be heard. And like with Nikki, I really would like to see that happen. Like I would like to support her in some way. That could be a really big production type thing.
For sure. I've been pushing
agree.
her for months now.
You've been assaulting her for how long?
Something like that. Yeah.
You.
As Air said, he said you're a superstar. By the way, McKinnon. He says because you're, you can put up with listening to Hovind's voice longer than anyone else ever, except maybe Aaron, because Aaron's had to deal with his shit too.
Well,
he's so done with like when we had him on
Yeah.
Creaky.
Yeah.
He was just like, I have.
We had him on?
I mean, Yeah, he was actually the first guest that I booked for Creaky's Twat stream.
Nice. Arn's a great guy.
Oh, dude, he's so cool. And like, it's so funny because people see him and they're like, this guy's going to be intense and intimidating. But he's so fucking laid back. Him and I, like, I've been communicating with him via email for years and years and years about like Motorhead and fucking shit like that. Yeah. So he really is a fucking cool guy. But I don't even remember where I was going with this. Fucking beer.
Many times.
Yeah, Aaron and I think Atheist Jr. are actually people who I think surpassed me on listening to his voice. Atheist Jr. has been doing this shit for like 2 years. I mean, I did research, but Atheist Jr. is like on top of everything that Kent Hovind does. So I think he surpasses me exponentially. Everybody should go to him from now on. I think that's where everyone, like, if you need something, he's the guy.
He definitely is a font of knowledge for that shit, just because that's been his focus for a while. I think it was just today that they had the premiere of him and Emma did a reaction to the reaction of Kent Hovind and Matt Powell being horrible people. That was just today, as a matter of fact.
Well, that was on Dapper's channel, I think.
No, that was on Atheist Jr.'s channel.
Yeah, that was.
I watched it just because I want to support. I said I wouldn't watch any more Kent Hovind stuff, and I haven't, but I will watch that one clip just to support him.
The Horrible Person show featuring Kent Hovind has been going on for many, many years now.
This is true. You know what's really funny is, like, I've been
walking down the street.
Aaron, hell yeah, dude. I've been I've been booking the guests for Creaky's Twat stream here for a while now, and like, Creaky started out with the flat earthers and shit like that, and I've been booking predominantly atheist content creators as guests, and I kind of feel bad because, like, his core audience are the people that want to see him making fun of flat earthers. Mm-hmm. But there's been a couple of times where we've had guests on, and like I said, I write all the I write all the talking points. I don't want every episode to turn into a Kent Hovind bashing. But more often than not, that's what they devolve into, is that this guy's a twat. And we're on the twat stream, so there you go. He is such a piece of shit. Not Creaky. I love him. Mr. Hovind.
There you go.
It was funny too because I reached out to Aaron and I was like, hey, I'm working for this other YouTube content creator, Creaky, fucking pirate. I go, would you be interested in coming on his live stream on a Sunday? And he's like, yeah, sure. So then I'm like, okay, cool. So then me and Creaky shared our calendar with him to get everything set up. I got my hand right in front of the camera. I'm gonna stop. I've been drinking tonight, folks.
No.
And on the calendar, it just, the stream is called There We Are Then, which is twat, which is a very Welsh thing. And Creaky, even though he doesn't have an accent, is Welsh. And after we got Aaron put on the calendar and the calendar shared with him, I get an email the next morning was, why does the calendar imply that I'm a twat? And that was it. And I was like, oh, fuck. So, like, panicked fucking poops. Like, two paragraph email back. I'm like, no, he's Welsh. It's a thing and blah, blah, blah. And at the end of it, I had to say, okay, either that or you're just fucking with me. In that case, congratulations. I don't have to do my cardio today. And then his email back was just fair enough. I'm like, you bastard.
So they have a new cereal for hipsters, by the way. I don't know if you
know. Here we go.
Avocado toast crunch.
Oh, Jesus.
I like avocados, man.
Me too. I just thought that was hilarious.
I don't particularly care for avocados, but I love guacamole.
Guacamole is good. Like, I won't just eat an avocado, but if it's like on a sandwich or in a salad, man, it definitely adds something.
Just peel it back. Just take a big bite.
I don't think I can do that.
Just take a big hunk.
Mikey, why have you chosen violence today?
Well, it's either that or the sexual connotations are there too. I don't know. That was a little.
No, it wasn't sexual.
Still cracks me up,
No, I'm not great at
Was it?
sexual humor
What are we looking
or
at?
except for
sex
gummy
or
bear.
humor.
Oh.
Never mind.
Like it.
On a gummy bear.
I like it.
Yeah, as I used to I had a friend who was making them, and he'd give me or get me a bunch for dirt cheap, like $2 a gummy bear, and I would eat them on stream.
Next time I come on, I'll show some bandana solidarity, and I will surprise you with the bandana I have because I promise you don't have it.
Probably not. I only buy these ones.
Mine is unique.
Cool.
It's made out of human skin.
No, those stink. Wait, what?
They stink so good.
This asshole fish decided to walk out of the water one day, and now I have to go to work and pay rent. Fuck you, fish.
Fuck fish.
Fucking tectonic. Jesus.
Yeah.
Couldn't stay your ass in that water.
Some asshole decided to use stones to represent how many goat sheep he had, and fucking hell. Next thing we know, we're paying taxes.
Right.
There you go.
Now I
By
gotta
the way,
give up
goat
some of
sheep
the
is
money
an
for my-
actual term, by the way.
This is why mathematics is actually evil.
Yes.
Oh my god, one of my all-time favorite bands is Black Sabbath.
Fuck
And
yes.
Somebody
Uh-huh.
they are pretty much my number one band, and then Zeppelin and maybe some Rush and some Pink Floyd and shit like that. But anyway, when I saw this, I just
Extra
about
voice.
pissed myself. Act Sabbath.
And it's the fucking
Act,
Martians from Mars
Yeah,
Attacks.
yes. It's like the best thing. I
The
need
first
to get that on a t-shirt.
The first 4 albums of Sabbath were so influential to so much music, and it's funny. I actually got into it,
best
on
4.
Twitter not too fucking long ago, and that those guys were all classically trained jazz musicians. When you listen to fucking Bill Ward's fucking fills and transitions,
Yep.
they're so jazzy, and that's what makes them great. So
Yep.
much fucking top hat, dude. Yeah, the first 4 albums of Black Sabbath were my shit for sure.
Fuck yeah, especially Masters of Reality and Volume 4.
Yes, absolutely the best ones.
Panic. It was so great.
Yeah, but that didn't happen in that was like the early 80s with the Satanic Panic and D&D, and that was like after Sabbath didn't even have Ozzy in him anymore. He was doing his solo shit, right?
They had Dio by then, which are
Dio.
2 other fantastic albums too, by the way.
Do you remember the name of the lead? Okay, I'm gonna quiz you. The lead singer that was between Dio and Ozzy.
I do not. I know it. Ian Gillan, wasn't it?
That's it. You got it.
Yeah.
I think I gave you a hint.
Yeah, he
though.
did the Zero the Hero and all that shit. But
Yeah,
Dio,
which was
he was temporary. Then they got Dio, and then Gillan came back after.
yeah, that's right.
Then
That's
he
right.
did Zero the Hero. See, which is the only song he ever did that I liked of theirs.
It was okay.
I like Zero the Hero. I thought
It wasn't Children of the Grave. I'm just saying.
No, it wasn't Children of the Grave. No.
Symptom of the Universe. Come on.
Symptoms of the
Old school
universe.
metalhead. You know what's funny is like one of the questions I'm having Creaky ask people on the stream is, what is your YouTube guilty pleasure? And like mine is I watch these reactions to like, fucking Black Sabbath and like
Creaky said
Pantera.
this?
This is something we've incorporated recently in the past like
Oh.
3 or 4 streams is we're gonna have a signature question. I'm probably gonna get in trouble for saying this on a stream.
I
What's
won't
he gonna
tell.
do? Kick my ass? He's in Wales. Anyway.
Hey, I'm part Welsh.
But the YouTube guilty pleasure, what is it that you watch that you'd prefer that a lot of people didn't know? But like watching people react that have never heard old school Black Sabbath is priceless. Because it's just the shit that I mean, especially if they have just a smidgen of musical acumen. Like, wow, this is really fucking good.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, guys, they found water on Mars.
Cool.
Well,
Right.
shit.
I forgot I had all these memes. One of my favorite ones. I'll try to do my best tattoo voice. What's your fantasy, boss? I want to kill Kirk.
Didn't the guy that played Tattoo, didn't he kill himself?
Yes.
Something.
That's
He
sad.
he committed the self forever sleep.
He did.
Yes, he did.
That sucks.
Yeah, he was pretty cool.
My mom watched that show when I was a kid, and I was like, "This sucks." That and Love Boat. I was like, "Oh, come on, can't we just watch Knight Rider?" Fuck.
This is great too. Here, by the way, they were thinking of putting new faces on the Canadian money, which they've already started doing. Finally, getting rid of the queen bitch. And this was
Is
the
she
idea.
still alive? Didn't she have
This is-
COVID a minute ago?
I think so, but this is the best suggestion so far, right here. The Trailer
Ricky,
Park-
Julian, and Bubbles. Yes, I have watched Trailer Park Boys with my middle kid probably fucking 6 times through. Dude, we love that show. Fucking Nova Scotia, man. That is one of the best shows ever.
That's where
Seriously.
Paula Dia and fucking Shannon live.
Yeah,
too.
they live in those. Yeah, I keep making fun of Shannon on Twitter, but she never fucking bites into my comments.
Nova Scotia is great.
It is. It's really
It
cool.
is a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful place.
Of course, because Bubbles is there. Come on.
It's
Yeah,
Maine.
yeah.
It's Maine East.
This is true.
I was gonna share a secret with you guys, but I didn't quite want to let the cat out of the bag yet. So never mind. I'm sorry.
Is a cat in a bag?
Yes.
I'm old
it
and
was.
I don't see so well because I don't refuse to
I'm
go to the
old.
doctor.
Oh, that's it. It's time for the cane. Get off my lawn, you little whippers! No.
Bro, I've got readers. Fucking.
Me too. I'm surprised they allow me to drive. To be honest with you.
I don't drive so much as aim my truck. You know what I mean?
Go to the optometrist. Y'all gonna tear your front of your car off. Run it back down the driveway. Get some
Here's the-
glasses.
Here's the definition of masturbation, right there.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Optimus Prime playing with Optimus Prime. There you go. There you go. Wow, let's look through Neil's fucking picture folder and see what's in there.
You know, if you're doing that, you could at least put it up as like a slideshow or something.
My Mandalorian helmet.
Better you than me.
Oh, now I'm intrigued.
It's probably just a bunch of pictures of my rabbit, to be honest, or
Is that
screenshots
code
of
for something? Oh, no.
games that I've done well on that I send to my buddy that I play games with. Like, look,
New
I got a
list
mastery
flavor.
too,
Alcohol and bad decisions.
dude. So legit. God, excuse me. There's an Asian market right next to where my middle kid V lives, who's gonna make me a grandpa, hopefully, like in the next week or so, which is great. And V loves going there and like seeing all the crazy shit that they have. Like usually we get like Pocky or sriracha peas because that's my favorite. Sriracha peas are amazing. Going back to the whole hot shit. Last time we were there, they got me a bag of chips, and it was supposedly this Korean beer flavored chips. They were Lay's, but it's
Yeah.
like
They come in like a tube, but it was like the wrong way.
no, it was a bag. It was a bag of it. It looked like a bag of Lay's, but it was green and it had a picture of a bottle of beer on it. It tasted like shit. I was like, oh, it was so bad. It tasted like nori. If you guys are
yeah,
familiar,
just fucking seaweed.
yeah. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, and like I love sushi, but like I have to get the sushi with the rice on the outside of the nori because I don't like the taste of the nori. I won't eat seafood unless it's sushi, which is like weird. And I lived in the East Coast. I actually lived in New England for like 3 years, and like they're like, you don't want this crab? I'm like, no. They're like, it came off the boat like 2 hours ago. You don't want this? I'm like, nah, man, give me a burger. But like sushi, I'm
fucking
straight.
Love fresh crab.
Oh,
Dude.
I just can't. I don't know what it is, and like I've never liked it, even as a little kid. And they say that your taste buds change every 7 years. So as an adult, I try stuff, and like I can stomach sushi. I like sushi, but like if I was eating like cooked seafood, like salmon, like I'll make it for my kids or whatever, or shrimp, whatever. I'm like, I'll try it. I'm like, oh. But that's what the beer fucking chips tasted like, was damn nori paper. I was like, fuck this. I was so disappointed, depressed for a whole day. Jesus.
All around me are familiar faces.
I have not heard a cover of Mad World I have not enjoyed.
I'll do one. Hold on. Hold on. I'm going to do this.
Mikey
with
just said challenge accepted.
Challenge accepted. Yeah.
Hold
do
my beer flavored chips.
Hold on. Let me get my ocarina so I can do a little accompaniment.
Oh, get one of those little omotones.
I
Are
want
those
one
still
of
a
those.
thing? Those
Yeah,
were cute as fuck.
I really want one, or those little, it's got the little hose, and it's like the same thing, but it's got a little keyboard. I can't remember what the name of those are. But yeah, I've been making lots of annoying sounds in the house to piss off the pets because they piss me off. So yeah, practicing my ocarina, tuning the guitar.
An eye for an eye leaves the whole world blind, Mikey.
I don't give a damn. Fuck these animals.
Who said that? No, I mean,
so rude.
In honor of for many of you, it's already May the 4th, and I just discovered
Like a
that
half
they
hour.
are finally releasing a new Star Wars figure. Right here, it's Luke's severed hand.
Well, shit.
You guys would like. There you go.
So you know what's
when
really
are we gonna
funny?
get the spin-off about the adventures of Luke's severed hand?
It sounds like a Clive Barker story.
No, it'd be a crossover with the Addams Family, wouldn't it?
It'd be a robot chicken sketch, I think.
Yeah, probably.
And for you deer hunters, Paul, they've just opened
Used to
up
be.
OnlyFans. So,
Oh shit.
Gross.
Oh shit.
by the way, I just ordered the new Ultimate Collector Series Luke's Land Speeder. Just so you guys know, I just ordered that from Lego, and I get 3 bonus gifts with it. And one of the bonus gifts is the Luke's kitchen on Tatooine, where he's drinking the blue milk, and he's got the little blue milk mustache on it.
He doesn't have to squeeze any alien tits to get the blue milk.
Bantha, they're Banthas, Bantha milk.
No, it's them animals.
Well, that was a
Remember
different
we-
planet, though.
Oh,
Banthas?
I thought that was the answer. I thought that was the answer to what the blue shit was them showing us that weird fucking.
I mean, it's blue milk, but on Tatooine they didn't have the same. Well, I mean, I guess they could have, but it
Maybe
really
all
looked like
milk
they
is
lived.
blue. There.
Fuck it.
2 peas
Google
in a
it.
bucket.
All right, I gotta go get rid of some beer. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Here.
That wow.
You can actually buy blue milk. Huh. But it's made from frozen plant-based blend of coconuts and rice milk.
It's not even
yeah,
from a real alien.
It's the blue milk comes from Banthas. So there you go. Blue milk, sometimes known as Bantha milk and Tatooine milk. They milked the planet? Holy shit.
I mean, we milk the planet.
Yeah, that's true. Fair enough. Well, Paul kind of just bailed on us. He's gone to drain the vein or whatever they say.
Squeeze.
The 70s called. They want their expression back. But I think we'll bring this one to a close. It's 8:30 now, and it's getting close to being my bedtime because I, like an idiot, get up at 4 o'clock in the morning to go to work.
No, there you go.
So yeah. But I get off. I go to work, no traffic. I get off work, very little traffic because I'm off at 1:30 in the afternoon. So I kind of like that part. Anyway.
It's a good part.
But McKinnon, man, you toughed it out for the whole after party, dude. I'm like pleased as punch.
When's the last time that happened?
Well, it does happen, but McKinnon wasn't sure if he's going to be able to stick around. So you're a trooper, man. I appreciate that.
Well, I felt like I need to make up for the other episodes. So.
You didn't have to make up for anything. Even if your story only took 10 minutes or whatever, it doesn't matter. They're still important, and they still need to be out there for people to hear, right? Because
Fair enough.
people are always looking for these kinds of things. You know what? I have this new non-belief in God, and I don't know any atheists, and so as long as they know we're out there, then they're likely to come back and check stuff out and get to know people.
Yeah.
All right, Paul, you're back. We're gonna call it quits, buddy.
Yay! I'm just in time then.
Yeah. What's that, Stephanie?
I said, good evening, all.
Good evening, all.
I did. wash my hands.
But Paul, we'll talk off here.
Yeah, man.
And do some shit because I know you said you have a boring story too, but I don't care. We're still gonna have you on. I like you. B, you know, they are all important to share. As I was just telling McKinnon. So
My story involves James Randi. So
cool.
Because
Cool.
he's a fucking legend, and we need
Oh,
like
yeah.
12 more of him now.
Yeah, no kidding. All right. Thank you guys out there in the chat. I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's programs. If you missed the interview, there is a link to it below where you can also find all of McKinnon's links. So you can go and check out that Hovind documentary that we've been chatting about.
Hovind.
And Hovind. And
Hovind.
by the way, Dr. Josh does the best imitation of Hovind that I've ever fucking seen in my
We need
life.
to get.
I thought he was doing a Kermit the Frog.
We need to get Dr. Josh and AJ in the same fucking stream then, because I really like AJ's. Actually, Emma does a badass one too.
Does she?
Not for nothing.
I couldn't do him. I could probably practice, but when you see Dr. Josh doing it with the fucking Hawaiian shirt on and the glasses and, the whole spiel, he's got all this shit behind him.
He just goes an extra step beyond. I get it.
He does. He does. Anyway, and thank you, my patrons. You guys are awesome, and I couldn't do this without you guys. But yeah, once again, McKinnon, great having you on the show, man. I will put out a thank you tweet with everyone's link there, so if you don't follow each other, you'll be able to at that point. Anyway, until next time, guys, like I always say at the end of the after parties, like the late, great Carl Sagan once said, extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. So you better fucking bring it.
Love you. Bye.
You can't just fill in everything with God putty. All right. We'll see you guys next time.
Thank you.